Continue.
With the war grinding on, images of suffering Palestinians have circulated around the world, prompting countries like the UK, France, and Canada to announce intentions to recognize a Palestinian state.
Fox's Trey Youngst in Tel Aviv. This as President Trump considers a plan to provide additional humanitarian assistance. White House unveiling new tariffs Thursday, hours before the August 1st deadline. Canada's tariff rate jumping to 35%. President Trump says it's because they failed to prevent the flow of fentanyl into the U.S.
They have to pay a fair rate. It's all. It's very simple.
The tariffs take effect August 7th. America's listening to Fox News.
This is the Fox News Rundown. Now a look at sports.
The Washington Commanders have a trade request on their hands. Two-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Terry McLaurin has requested a trade from the Commanders as he looks for a contract extension, according to multiple reports. McLaurin reported to training camp on Sunday, though he is a hold-in and remains on the physically unable to perform list due to an ankle injury. The wideout is coming off another 1,000-yard receiving season, his fifth in a row, where he had a career-high 13 touchdowns as the Commanders reached the NFC Championship game for the first time since the 1991 season, with rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels leading the way. That's sports on the Fox News Rundown. I'm Joe Morgan, Fox News.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The latest numbers on the jobs front come out Friday morning. Bloomberg Economics expects a solid increase of 160,000. Earlier this week, Fed Chair Jerome Powell said the main number to watch is the unemployment rate, which reflects the balance of labor supply and demand. The Fed's preferred measure of underlying inflation, the PCE, increased in June at one of the fastest paces this year, while consumer spending barely rose. The Bureau of Economic Analysis says the PCE that excludes food and energy items rose 0.3% from May and was up 2.8% year over year. That underscores limited progress on taming inflation. Google has lost its appeal of a judge's order requiring it to overhaul its App Store. It's a win for Fortnite maker Epic Games that filed the antitrust case. It means the Google Play Store will need to lift restrictions that prevent app developers from setting up rival marketplaces. I'm Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg Radio.
At PGW, safety is essential to delivering clean, reliable natural gas to Philadelphia homes and businesses. If you smell gas, call PGW at 215-235-1212.
Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. I've been talking about myself for all these years. Now it's time for you to hear from one of our great clients.
Investor Schooling lives up to the promises. Larry's a great teacher, teaches about the whole new approach to thinking about money. I've taken to heart many of the things that he's taught me, and my financial life has improved.
Come to Investor Schooling, and you could be just like Charlie and change your financial life. Go to investorschooling.com. We will see you Thursday.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
There's one question every couple needs to answer. What if something happens to us? Kids, a house, a life you've built, but no estate plan? That's a risk you don't want to take. With Trust and Will, it's fast, secure, and easy to protect what matters most. Start your plan today at trustandwill.com. Use code RADIO to save 20%. Check it off your list. One less thing to worry about. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
Kids 14 and under are invited to Circle the Diamond after the Phillies take on the Orioles on Wednesday, August 6th at 12:35 for Nemours Children's Health Kids Run the Bases. Order tickets now at phillies.com. The Mariners head east for a midweek matchup against the Phils Monday, August 18th and Tuesday, August 19th, both at 6:45, and Wednesday, August 20th at 1:05. Snag tickets now at phillies.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-518-9137. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137. 800-518-9137.
Don't miss the Labor and Energy Show with J-Doc and Krause. Brought to you by the Labor and Energy Alliance this Saturday night at 6. Find out about the important issues that will affect you. The Labor and Energy Show, Saturday night at 6 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Free speech lives here. It's Kayal and Company on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
And away we go, live on this Friday, August 1st. It is indeed Kayal and Company, right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Always live on the free Odyssey and iHeartRadio apps. And, of course, streaming live for your video viewing pleasure over on YouTube as we head until 10 o'clock this morning. 855-839-1210, the phone number. On social media at 1210 WPHT. I'm at Nick Kayal, K-A-Y-A-L. Dawn Stenslin with the news. Greg Stocker, the chairman of the board. Phil Almquist, Jimmy Kelly, our associate producers, as we say goodbye to July. Hello, August. It's a Farish Friday. Sean Farish coming up at 7:45 for the Cut Sheet, live from Tennessee. Dawn, good morning. How are you?
Where is summer going?
Feels like football
August
season,
1st.
right?
I know.
It feels like football out there.
Ugh, it's chilly.
I know there was a preseason game last night, but don't go into the 60s just yet.
I know.
Gregory?
So early this morning, I watched the Colbert-Kamala Harris interview.
Why?
Which is why he's grumpy.
No,
excuse.
Why? It's because I'm doing my job.
Yes. Rhetorical question.
How
was it?
She said something. Glad you're very prepared this morning and you watched it and you have all kinds of takes and thoughts on it.
Live in real time.
But she unleashes something that I think is and she kind of laughs and glosses over it. Mm-hmm. She's basically saying the NSA is spying on our Apple iPods or
phones.
Uh-oh. No, the
pads,
the earbuds.
These, like with the ones I'm wearing.
Yes,
sure, of course.
But the ones that you're wearing, she says are safe. But the ones that you just put in your ear, the wireless ones, they're not.
If your mom can track you with them, the government can too.
Yeah.
Listen to how nonchalantly she says it.
I know.
Watch this.
The only thing that she has rolled.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
Jeez. Well, I mean, I would imagine. And
she laughs about it.
I know. I'm not a tech expert, but I'm assuming if they can do it with the wireless ones because they're synced up through Bluetooth, that they could do it as well with the plug-in like I use. I mean, all they have to do is go into your phone.
Her premise makes no sense. No. That they can listen to the wireless ones, but they can't listen to the ones that, like, you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
Well, because they can tap into your cloud. We know that.
Yeah.
Like they can tap into the cloud.
Yeah, she's been in the cloud for a long time.
Right. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's the wireless aspect of it.
Okay.
Wow.
Because the government probably figures the wireless is in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So they, you don't have jurisdiction over the air.
Yeah.
It's like how the government spies on you.
Yeah. She also can't commit to who is actually running the Democrat Party.
It's true.
Yeah, I did see. I saw.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it live. I was in a coma. I was gone. I was out. I was passed out by 9:05 last night. No way I can make it to Colbert. Although, interesting that she's writing a book now, right? Everybody has a book. We're going to talk about this today. I've got some stats here on past books of Jake Tapper, Karine Jean-Pierre, because now Kamala and John Fetterman both writing a book.
What's the statement, or what's the statement? Everybody has at least one book in them. I mean, that's true for anybody.
All right, then I guess the three of us better get going.
Yeah.
Oh, my book is going to be great. Oh, it's going to be great. They took a page out of my book. That's right. It's going to be great. Can't wait. When they show me the door here, look out.
Oh, man.
Look out.
Inside
Look
the
out,
studio.
Nick Kayal. Look out, Dawn Stensland. Look out, Rich Zioli. Look out, Dick Morris. Look out, Michael Smirkanich. I'm coming for all of you.
20 years behind the board.
I have no loyalty.
Stalker takes you behind the curtain of the historical rise of 1210 WPHT.
Yep.
All right, big take coming up. Make the Utes healthy again. Clinton, Russia, maybe the most damning piece of evidence to date. Kamala and Fetterman writing books. Kamala on Colbert. And could Saturday Night Live be the next comedy, non-funny show in mainstream media on the chopping block? We'll get to that. The Cut Sheet, Fight Club, Sean Farish, and a whole lot more. And, of course, Fight of the Week as well.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
If that's the case, SNL has been on the air for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they're like, wow, that was a
dud.
That came and went.
Pretty
you know
good
what
run,
I mean? Like,
right?
yeah, my lord.
Yeah. It's all tied to the producer, director, and writer. We'll give you the details coming up because apparently they're hemorrhaging cash as well.
Shocking.
6:06. Let's get to the first round of the news. The great Dawn Stensland.
Good morning, Kayal and Company News Live this happy Friday morning. July is in the rearview mirror. August 1st. We'll talk about the rain, the flooding, but the big story today for us waking up, chilly out there, 67 degrees, spritzing rain, which is dissipating. So a lot cooler as we're waking up this Friday morning, August 1st. Philadelphia police say a teenager was shot dead after bullets flew right in front of a North Philadelphia church. Happened early this morning. So this is the way these officers responding began their Friday morning. Minutes later, they say, 2 other teenagers showed up with gunshot wounds at an area hospital. So are these shootings connected? That is one of the many questions detectives are working to answer this morning. So officers first responding on the 1700 block of West Huntington Street, again, North Philadelphia. That's where they found the teen boy unresponsive, lying on the sidewalk right in front of the church that I had mentioned, bleeding from gunshot wounds to his face, his head. Pretty grisly scene there. And then they rushed him to a local hospital. He was pronounced dead 2:08 this morning. You think about that. Philadelphia teenager, another one has died. Another teen, another child in Philadelphia losing their life. Police say 2 spent shell casings were recovered right near his body. And so they believe that the shooter or the shooters, because there were 2, fired at close range. So police say they have captured, they're looking at all the real-time crime cameras as they always do, and showing that victim walking west with 2 other individuals right before the shooting. And so they're tracking the surveillance video. They also say what's significant about that surveillance video showing that after the shooting, the 2 people he was with, they ran off eastbound wearing dark clothing, gloves, and masks. And so that's why I began with saying, is this connected? Looks like it is.
So we don't have a true description, just what they're wearing?
Just masks, gloves, dark clothing. Again, the full dark clothing, hoodie.
The typical apparatus.
Yeah, well said.
A male, possibly white.
So what they're doing is they track and they pull all the different cameras they can from the area, not just the real-time crime cameras, but also, any other cameras in the area.
I'm thinking new rule here in Philadelphia. If you are seen wearing a hooded sweatshirt north of 80 degrees in the city, you're automatically arrested.
I can get behind that.
You can get behind that, right?
Absolutely.
Like, there's no reason to be wearing a hooded sweatshirt, in my opinion, if it's above 60. But I'll give you up to 79. Some people get, you're a skinny person. It's a little chilly, maybe.
So if you're skinny,
right,
and you're wearing the hoodie,
yeah. But if it hits 80, you're automatically detained and questioned.
So in other news, I'll take you to the suburbs. This is Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. A Pennsylvania daycare worker accused of injuring 2 little baby girls who were in her care. She's identified as 37-year-old Catalina Baldwin of Phoenixville, charged among other things with aggravated assault and other related offenses. So she is in jail right now, and they're expecting a bond hearing sometime this morning. So the investigation started when Upper Providence police, as well as medics, say they responded to a report of an unresponsive 7-month-old baby girl. This is at the Oaks Learning Center right there on Egypt Road in Oaks. So when police arrived, they find 2 Upper Providence Township firefighters who'd been at the daycare for an event. Those firefighters were trying to revive the baby, who they say had been having seizures, and they were trying to administer life-saving care of this child. The baby rushed to CHOP, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, the one that's in the King of Prussia location, which is obviously closer to Oaks rather than all the way down here in Center City. So investigators say this little baby girl was diagnosed with a hematoma, and that's a condition where blood collects between the brain and the outer protective covering due to ruptured blood vessels. Bleeding, this is brain bleeding of a little baby. And so her brain was also shifted past its center line, while part of her temporal lobe was shifted downward. So this is the severity of her head injuries, in other words. It's just a horrific story. And so they also find as well, they looked at this woman who's now charged, looking at her texts. They say that she had deleted a text which she had sent to a colleague or perhaps a manager who wasn't there at the daycare center, saying this baby is a nightmare.
Oh, so this is a case of neglect, maybe?
It would appear that then they claimed that she had also been searching shaken baby syndrome.
Oh, boy.
So there was another baby then that they realized as they are investigating this case, another baby in May that also suffered injuries under the same woman's care. So now this investigation, medical, both babies are hospitalized and surviving, but, this is really a tragic situation, and we don't know the long-term effects on both of these little baby girls. The other baby girl, I think I said 5 months old. This one's 7 months old.
I'd love to know what the screening process is like for the hiring procedures at places like this. How do you allow somebody in there that can't handle?
Well, they also don't pay them a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you get a lot of younger people in there. You get a lot of.
She's 37. She's not
this case. But normally it's a lot of younger people that go in there because they don't pay a lot of money.
Right. What do you trust more, a daycare center or the old school, bring the nanny to your house or take the kid to your nanny down the street. That's what we did for about a year and a half when we were both working up in Bethlehem.
To your point, Nick, I think that so many, and Greg, you and your wife, it was the pandemic, but this is the struggle that a lot of people have when our own Dan Borowski, he's talked about, I'm glad he's not here today because he and his wife, they're expecting their first baby girl coming up in October. And so a lot of moms, this is why they stay home. It's really hard to find quality daycare or quality care, a family member, anybody, but these kinds of stories keep moms home.
Not to mention the cost.
And amen. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just, you hate to hear this. So that's under investigation. And they say that they believe, these investigators speaking out, saying they believe that this same woman had indeed physically assaulted that 5-month-old baby as well as the 7-month-old. They claim that they have a lot of, I have to say claim because we're all innocent until proven otherwise, but they believe they have powerful evidence. So we're following that just horrible story. Another one that everybody's dealing with, and it looks like, we had a lot of flights delayed, more than 50 flights delayed, dozens more are canceled or delayed last night due to the strong rainstorms that lashed the entire East Coast, not just here, but the entire East Coast. But for us in the Philadelphia region, delaying flights, prompting emergency rescues of motorists trapped in deep water on some very busy highways. And that's between Philadelphia to New York City. National Weather Service issuing those warnings for up to 3 inches of rain per hour.
Wow.
This was, going on through the early part of last night.
Yeah, it took me forever to get down here this morning. I was boxed in on the turnpike with tractor trailers and Subarus going 45 miles an hour. I felt like I was toast, just trapped. Couldn't get out.
In Upper Southampton on 2nd Street Pike, there was flooding. There was flooding on that street, and there was all kinds of, closures and stuff from. I think they reported hail in some areas in Delco. So, yeah, it was. We got a little rain, but it wasn't a ton. I don't know.
Yeah, Delaware U.S. Postal Service truck, another vehicle. They were stranded in high water. That was Edgemore, that's Newcastle County.
Yep.
Montgomery County, floodwaters. Montgomery County, Monco really got hit, like Nick is saying. And so you saw those cars across Monco, the main line, where I don't know if people were caught in this or they tried to drive through something, but there were images of cars that were, submerged in the water with just like maybe less than a foot of the car that you could see the top of it, the sedan. So this was significant. So they were Huntington Valley, those flood warnings, just a lot of flooding. And all of if you get the emergency alerts, they were saying, please, please don't drive through this. But still, we saw a lot of people trying to drive through. So we have that going on. And if you're headed to the airport, if you're flying out this morning, you always want to obviously call ahead because they're still dealing at the airport with the back and forth on this, with all the delays. It's a domino effect. So dozens of flights this morning. I just checked again. A lot of delays at Philadelphia International and area airports, as well in New York City. So Philadelphia judge also dismissing a lawsuit as this is that was filed against the city for banning those rapid fire gun devices known as bump stocks. We've talked a lot about this issue, the switches. Lawyers for the plaintiffs quickly did file an appeal. So the plaintiff, remember, is the complainant, the person complaining. So there is already an appeal, but the common pleas court judge, Caroline Turner's one-sentence order, she wrote one sentence out, providing no explanation, dismissing the complaint that was filed a year ago by city residents Vern Lee and Ross Gilson. So these two citizens argued that this ordinance signed by Mayor Sherelle Parker right when she got into office a month earlier was a violation of their right to bear arms under the Pennsylvania Constitution. So you may say this is a victory for Second Amendment advocates, but here in Pennsylvania, just pointing out to you, our Commonwealth Constitution is, I would say, more simplistic than even the Constitution. It just says the right to bear arms. There are no ifs and or buts, and so you see these kinds of arguments being made all the time. And these citizens filed this immediately when the mayor put this into effect, and now it's already being appealed. Just wanted to give you a heads up because we talked about it a lot a year ago at the time. It was actually in July of last summer. So not right when she was 5-6 months when she got into office. Yep. You know what I mean? There's so much news to talk about. School teachers in the news, headlining. And I know we'll get into all the Trump news, tariffs, the ballroom, all of it. And Greg will have something to say, and then I'll get all triggered. So I'm just going to take you to Arkansas. This is a really horrific story as we learn the results of this. Remember, we talked about the parents who were stabbed in Devil's Den in this park in Arkansas. And so police now say a 28-year-old school teacher has confessed and is charged in killing this married couple, mom and dad. They were hiking with their little girls at Devil's Den State Park. And the little girls survived. They're calling the parents heroes because the parents did everything to save their little girl from this guy who they say stabbed this couple to death, and a school teacher. So they're looking into, so he's charged with 2 counts of capital murder in connection to the killings of 43-year-old Clinton Brink and his wife, Kristen. So she's 41, the dad's 43. They were found dead on this walking trail at Devil's Den. They're little girls, 7 and 9 years old. They survived physically, but what happened? What was going on here? They want to talk to the little girls to find out more information. They say the dad was stabbed first. While dad is fighting off the attacker, police believe the mom took the little girls and ran them to safety. But rather than mom getting in the family car and driving away, she hid the girls away, got the little girls to safety, then ran back because she knew that this guy was stabbing her husband. And that's when she then is also stabbed to death.
And her name is Kristen, and she's 41.
Yes.
I have a Kristen who's 41 as well.
Oh
Trust me, she would never run back to get me. She would have just kept going.
Stop.
Firing squad.
Sorry.
Oh my God. You look at this guy's picture, but he, like I say, he confessed, a school teacher, and he just got a new job in Arkansas. They're checking his past, and they say it's suspicious that everywhere he taught, he would teach someplace, then something happened, then he would leave. He went to another place. What's going on here? Then they're tracking back to find out what's going on here. They said that there were parents, at least one mom was speaking out. I know on some of the networks overnight, saying in another school district across the country that some moms had complained that he took special interest in little girls who were about 4th and 5th grade ages. So close to the age of at least the 9-year-old in this case. Was he going after the girl? Like, we don't know, but he did, like I say, he did apparently confess to police. Horrible story out of Arkansas. So I'm sorry I'm Dawny Downer this morning with so much bad news. So we have all of that going on as we talk about the news. By the way, a timber rattlesnake was found slithering through a residential area of Chester County, according to police and wildlife officials, giving a heads up as they say this is a venomous, dangerous snake, and they're not supposed to be in this area. So what's going on? Is it the heat? Is it the weather? But this snake, the wildlife control was able to put it in a large container, take it away. Luckily, somebody observant saw it and knew that it was a rattlesnake. These things, they can be deadly, especially for little kids or your dog. And so just giving that heads up about a timber rattlesnake discovered in Chester County in a neighborhood.
Somebody that probably wanted to have an exotic pet. Hate those people.
I don't know. I mean, it's maybe even if a rattlesnake, because we all know this from Ricky Tikki Tavi from the Cobras, a timber rattlesnake, even if it's a baby one, this was not a baby, this is a large snake.
Mm-hmm.
But if a baby timber rattlesnake is found, like a baby cobra, they're still venomous.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Even no matter what the size.
Yep.
So if you look up the deaths, which I was looking up last night, you'll see a lot of the deaths with regard to this over the years are little kids, like toddlers, because they're the one toddling around in the yard. So they want to give you that heads up. So I know the forecast, all important. Are we going to have this dreary weather? It's cooler, but will the sun come out, Nick Kayal?
No, Dawn, no sun today. It's like a cool pea soup, as you would say. 67 degrees, only going up to 75 today, mostly cloudy with gusty winds reaching 20 miles per hour. But then we get a beautiful weekend. Saturday, 82 and sunny. Sunday, 85 and sunny. And I just looked at the 10-day forecast, the extended forecast. There's no rain in the forecast through August 15th. Of course, that is subject to change. Philly weather brought to you by MT, Rule Your Generac Generator Experts. That's MTRUHL.com. All right, coming up next, a ton of pro athletes yesterday at the White House to make America healthy again. The big take is on the way. Stay right there.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or price stop to opt out.
Ugh, why does my bank always charge me fees?
That's because your bank is trash. Ever heard of Current? You could get a paycheck advance up to $750 if you qualify.
Wait, $750? Like before payday?
Exactly. It's your money, just early. Set up an eligible direct deposit, see if you qualify, and that's it.
So what's the catch?
No catch. No overdraft fees, no annual fees. And you can build your credit without falling into debt.
Wow, I needed this like yesterday. What do I do?
Text them. That's it.
To get started with Current, text early to 323232. That's early to 323232.
Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group and or Cross River Bank, both members FDIC. Paycheck advance provided by Fineco Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC insured bank. Product eligibility, availability, and performance may vary and are subject to change at any time. Using your credit card responsibly may allow you to improve your credit score. For details on cost, terms, and conditions, visit current.com or call 1-888-851-3177.
Some people like A and others like B. At BMW, we prefer X, like the dynamic X3 designed for ultimate exploration, the X5 with effortless precision and performance, or the X7 where comfort meets a commanding presence. All proudly assembled in BMW's largest plant worldwide in Spartanburg, South Carolina. For those who demand more from every mile, BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Visit BMW of Westchester on Route 202 for a personalized test drive today.
Hey, pet parents, the summer season is here, and that means it's time to get outside and enjoy some sunshine with your pet. Hi, I'm George Parenti, the lead dog at the Dogs and Cats Rule stores. The stores are loaded with great summer collections of outdoor and interactive toys. We carry the finest selection of fresh diets, like gently cooked, raw, freeze-dried, air-dried, dehydrated, baked, and of course, traditional kibble and cans. Dogs and Cats Rule with 7 neighborhood locations. Visit dogsandcatsrule.pet. That's Dogs and Cats Rule. Shop small, shop local, shop family.
Your dream kitchen or bath starts with family. Ours. At Kitchen Magic, we're a second-generation, family-owned company with over 45 years of experience remodeling kitchens and baths. We proudly make our own cabinets in the USA, so we're tariff-proof and built to last. Right now, you can save up to 30% off cabinets through August. Choose the experts your neighbors trust. Kitchen Magic. Call or visit kitchenmagic.com to schedule your free consultation.
Home title theft. It's on the rise and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves. So when's the last time you checked on the title to your home? Find out if you're already a victim with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com and sign up in minutes. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
Oh, filing Form 2290 again? VINs, weights, EINs. What a nightmare.
Not with 2290.ai, the first AI-powered 2290 e-filing platform. Just snap or scan last year's Schedule 1 and hit submit, even if you're on the go.
Wait, with just a photo?
Yep. Our smart platform reads, validates, and files it in minutes. With real-time AI checks and instant Schedule 1 delivery, you can stay road-ready and file fast.
Whoa, I just got my Schedule 1. Already?
That's right. Whether you're a solo hauler or running a fleet, smart truckers use smart tech. Just go to 2290.ai to snap or scan and submit. anywhere, anytime.
Powered by ZenWork. Use code RADIO at checkout for 20% off your first filing. Only at 2290.ai. That's 2290.ai. With code RADIO at checkout for 20% off. 2290.ai.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-885-9700. 800-885-9700. That's 800-885-9700.
At Verizon, lock in a low price on the best 5G in Philly and be the best you. Check where your ride is for your trip into the office, get that almost impossible dinner reservation, and save big with Verizon while you do it all. Switch today and pay $50 a month for a single line. That's right, just $50 a month when you bring in your phone on unlimited welcome with auto pay plus taxes and fees. Stop by your nearest Verizon store today. $15 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming and 2G speeds. Rankings based on Root Metrics Root Score report dated 2H 2024. The results may vary. Additional terms apply.
Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Chronic pain, cancer, fatigue. Find out about the benefits of medical hydration therapy on Health Watch with Dr. Molly Fantasia every Sunday morning at 8 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Pastor Brad Lacey here, First Baptist Church, Conshohocken. Join us Saturdays for the great message and be blessed. 5 a.m. right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Hey, Hatboro. Tell your smart speaker deployed. 1210 WPHT.
6:30 Friday morning. Oh, do we have a lot to get to? Absolutely loaded show. Sean Farish, cut sheet 745, and a handful of good stories along the way. But let's get to one last big take of the week.
The Big Take on Kayal and Company.
And it's brought to you by Wawa. The Big Take, make Utes healthy again. You know, no parent ever wants to see their child sick. That's a 100% bipartisan, universally accepted thought. The only problem is that we usually say that in reference to the unthinkable tragedy of getting the news that our kid has been diagnosed with a chronic disease. But our kids' physical and mental health starts with us, the parents, on what we can control, such as their physical fitness and their mental state of mind. What they eat, how much exercise they get, how much time they spend outside, limiting electronic devices, smartphones, apps, screen time, and other modern-day technology that rots away their potential. Make America Healthy Again is more than banning artificial dyes and processed foods. It's about accountability, personal responsibility, and trying to raise our kids the way it was done back in the day. The Trump administration, along with Bobby Kennedy Jr., are doing their part. And in a day and age of wokeness, or what used to be deemed political correctness, sometimes you need to be slapped upside the head with the cold, hard truth. JFK Jr. said it best decades ago. This was President John F. Kennedy Jr., who's on our board of drops, on the 50th anniversary speech at the Children's Bureau, speaking out against childhood obesity. Listen to this.
There is nothing, I think, more unfortunate than to have soft, chubby, fat-looking children who go to watch their school play basketball every Saturday and regard that as their week's exercise. I hope that all of you will join, and everybody in the United States, to make sure that our children participate fully in a vigorous and adventurous life which is possible for them in this very rich country of ours.
I would argue if that offends you, you are part of the problem. Bring back the physical fitness tests in schools. That's exactly what 47 is doing. The V-sit and reach, the shuttle run, pull-ups, sit-ups, the mile, the rope climb, and much more. Acknowledge and award accountability, athleticism, good fitness, and good dietary measures. Enough of the body positivity, enough of the no fat shaming, enough accepting obesity, safe spaces, and accepting diabetes, big pharma, and endless diseases, as well as endless medicine and prescriptions. Yesterday at the White House, Donald Trump revived the presidential fitness test with the help of current and former professional athletes and entertainers. Names such as WWE Hall of Famer Triple H, PGA Tour and LIV golfer Bryson DeChambeau, legendary New York Giant Lawrence Taylor, and Chiefs Super Bowl kicker Harrison Butker. This comes on the heels of the United States hosting the 2025 Ryder Cup of Golf, the 2026 FIFA World Cup for soccer, and the 2028 Olympic Games, all of which occur in Trump's second term. Here was WWE legend Triple H yesterday at the White House. Listen and watch.
First of all, I'd like to say the same. Thank you to President Trump. Thank you for this honor. I'm humbled by it. I'm truly honored to be on this. Vice President Vance, thank you very much. Secretary Kennedy, truly appreciate all that everybody is doing for the health and wellness of the entire country. For me, since I was 14, this has been such an important part of my life. Health, fitness, sports, nutrition, all of it. I think learning that at a young age sets you up for success in life. And without it, you're at a lesser place for it. So I look forward to the opportunity to do this. I look forward to the opportunity to help make our youth healthy, help get them engaged in sports, and let them learn what it takes to be successful in life. So thank you very much for the honor. Thank you.
Physical fitness, playing sports, coaching up kids, instilling a discipline, a teamwork, a work ethic that can be highly beneficial once their athletic days are over in the real world as an adult. Bryson DeChambeau, arguably the strongest golfer on the planet and a complete health nut, almost robotic in his nutrition. Here's what he said next to Donald Trump. Listen and watch.
First off, I'd like to say thank you to President Trump and Vice President Vance for your support and this initiative and council. And to be honest, I never would have thought that this opportunity would have been here right at our doorstep. We have an opportunity at being the 70th anniversary of the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition to literally change the fabric of kids' lives. And our first initiative is to bring back and reignite the President's Fitness Test, and then also reestablish some key other metrics on guidelines around building some communities, and also, again, with the President's initiatives around college, we think we can help in that regard too. But we've got a great established council with us that we believe we can change the fabric of our communities and kids' livelihoods for the future generations that are to come. I can't thank you guys enough, and looking forward to making massive changes in kids' lives and in our America's future. Thank you.
The school physical testing began in 1966 under then President Lyndon B. Johnson, and it ended in 2012 under Barack Obama. And in my opinion, it's long overdue and comes at a perfect time, because a new study published by ABC News just over 10 days ago pinpointed how children under the age of 13 are being ruined by smartphones. Headline, quote, kids who own smartphones before age 13 have worse mental health outcomes. They write, early smartphone use was linked to low self-image in both girls and boys. And it's not healthy as an adult to doom scroll all day on social media. So it certainly cannot be healthy as a teenager or preteen to spend all day watching others live life and document their every move on social media. And it can't be healthy staring at yourself all day on TikTok, posting videos of your beliefs or dancing. In fact, my wife just imposed a 3-hour time limit each day on my twins' daughters' phones. When those 180 minutes expire, it gets shut down. And I think parents need to realize that YouTube and iPads are not tools for me time. You don't let big tech raise your kids. The New York Post with this story, headline, quote, I co-parent with ChatGPT. I love turning my brain off and letting AI help raise my child. They write, quote, even with an in-person partner, Lillian Schmidt was sick of shouldering the mental load of motherhood. So she's trained ChatGPT to become a second mommy, tasking it to draft shopping lists, create meal plans, plan birthdays and vacations, and revolutionize bedtime, end quote. In my opinion, male or female, if you need tech to carry some of the burden of being a parent, you might not have been meant to be a parent in the first place. Isn't that what grandparents are for? Aunts and uncles? Perhaps a best man, best woman from a wedding, or maybe a babysitter. The reinvestment in children is paramount. Reading and math scores crippled by the pandemic, physical health, mental health. Parental rights are paramount, but parental responsibility is the grandest. Make the youths healthy again. And that's the big take.
The Big Take on Kayal and Company.
Brought to you by Wawa. The $5 Big Breakfast Deal is back at Wawa. For a limited time, you can get any sizzly, any size hot or iced coffee, and a crispy hash brown, all for just $5. The $5 Big Breakfast Deal is back because you got to have a Wawa. 855-839-1210 if you want to jump in on social media at 1210 WPHT. And, of course, let it rip in the YouTube chat, youtube.com/at1210 WPHT. So that was a big story yesterday, Dawn. I know you take pride in being a Maha mom. Your thoughts on seeing all those highly decorated athletes surrounding this administration?
Well, I think it's great. I think that it's kind of amazing, isn't it, that our news cycles are moving so quickly, and we're talking. It's like whiplash that you're talking about all these different issues. We're talking about the economy, fixing the economy, talking about tariffs, talking about every time you turn around. And in this one, I think you ask yourself, yeah, why did they cancel that? Why did Obama cancel that? And it's amazing to me how these issues that are coming up on a daily basis, and nobody was talking about it. Where was the media? Where were the parents? Why didn't we complain about this? And not just the fact that they canceled that fitness program, but also they canceled gym class. And they made lunch in school, in public schools, something like 20 to 22 minutes. That's crazy too. But I'll even go back further and say this, because one thing that you said to me, I'll nitpick with, and that is that you said maybe you shouldn't have kids if you have to turn to Chat GPT or AI. Is I just couldn't help but think, said by a guy. I think the pressure on women to do it all, I do everything my husband does, and I do everything my mother and grandmothers did.
Mm-hmm.
And so my feeling is...
That seems to be a you problem, sweetie.
I know. Well, no. Feel my pain. But I'm going to say this, that I'll go, rather than like blame men or what's going on in our society.
Oh, and I'm blaming a man too. I think if a man needs AI to help raise their kid, I would say the same thing. This is to me for both parents,
but
not just female.
I know, but it was a woman that said it, right?
She was quoted.
Interview.
Yeah.
So, but the reason I'm going there is that, you started out the morning by saying we all have a book in us. My book title will be The Women's Movement is a Scam, ? In other words, these narratives about men and women and stuff, this isn't in the past 5 years or 10 years. This goes way back, because with the women's movement, women were told you are, and this started in the back in the like 1950s or 60s, the narrative started happening that, you're just a housewife and you need to go out and you need to have a career. And by the way, there's no biological clock. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, which is a lie. And now we see all these women scrambling and like freezing their eggs when they discover at 35 that they have a 20% chance, if they're lucky, of getting pregnant. And women are having babies later and all of that. So I'll take you back through the women's movement and say that narrative began way long ago, and it's just catching up with us now. And part of this is that women and moms who were having their babies, what did we talk about with a daycare center? We just talked about that in news, that horrific story, and about daycare costs and mothers staying home. And the answer is that there was a time when women were celebrated and practically worshipped for being a mom, having babies. What a beautiful thing. And guess what? You can still have your career. You can still do it all. But what's wrong with that? And yet that was sort of vilified. That if you were a woman who got married young and had your kids, you were just a housewife. You're nothing. And that woman who went out and got her career and her degree, she's somebody. She's equal, but not you. You're lesser. So we need to go back to that and ask ourselves, why in the previous administration, why in the heck were we asking, how do you define a woman? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of this greater narrative that I believe we need to reverse.
I think it's also crazy in the schools that lunchtime can exceed recess time, especially for the younger kids out there, right? I mean, when you're in 10th grade, you don't need recess. I don't even think they do recess in high school. In fact, I don't even think we had recess when I was in high school over 20 years ago. But my daughters, the same way. They have this longer, it's like a 33-minute lunch, and then they have, I want to say, 17 or 18 minutes of recess. I think the time should be flipped. I think for them, especially as, fifth going into sixth grade, they need to burn off energy, whether it's outdoors when the weather's nice or indoors in the gym for recess.
And to your point, Nick, I think of Sister Roseanne in particular and Sister Mary Helen when my boys were in grade school and all the way through 8th grade. And they fought. There were all these arguments about what you're saying, shortening lunch or recess. And they fought vehemently for, and I know they still do at Norwood Fontbonne Academy, they said, let these kids play and don't interfere. I mean, they had supervisors and lunch volunteers and mom volunteers and dad, but they said, let them have free play. Their complaint has always been kids used to have free play for hours. And now to your point, your big take about kids like sitting on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
And that free play is really important.
Yeah.
Socialization, your athletic abilities, but just figuring out how to not have to be, that you don't have to be entertained.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you talk about being zoned out on that phone.
Yeah.
And my wife just literally told me this week that she put a 3-hour time limit. So my daughters are sleeping over their cousin's house 2 nights ago. And Mia calls my wife and says, can you add more time to my phone? And I said, what do you mean add more time? Did you put do we have like a minutes restriction? Remember back in the day, you'd get 500 minutes a month from AT&T. And she goes, no, I'm like, oh, this is a great idea. Thanks for running it by me as well. And we had a conversation together around the dining room table.
Well, that was good.
But that's neither here nor there. So, and I've said this before, Mia wants to scale back her dance because my wife has them dancing 4 or 5 nights a week throughout the school year. And I told Mia, I said, that's fine. If you want to do 2 or 3 nights a week, I'm not going to complain. It's going to save me money. But if you think you're going to sit on YouTube for those 2.5 hours and do a bunch of TikTok videos, I called them yesterday. Not that this is bad. They're doing dance videos. They have one of those little suction cups on their phone, slaps it on my mother-in-law's glass patio door, and they're doing a... My milkshake brings all the girls to the yard dance. You remember that song from Khalees 2002 or whatever it was? And they're sitting there dancing and doing it and recording it and posting it on their TikTok. I said, that's enough. Get outside. The rain's gone. Don't come back in for 30 minutes. True story. Right.
I love it.
855-839-1210.
You need to join them.
Yes. Well, I do. You're right. All right. We'll come back and we'll wrap up this conversation. I don't want to rush through the evidence that Tulsi Gabbard released. We'll save that after the news in hour number 2. And the letter, HRC approved. What does HRC stand for, you say? We'll tell you. Stay there. We're back after this.
Got to talk about my guys at Marvin E. Cans. Yeah, because summertime, it's here. August is here, and keeping your home cool and efficient, obviously that's paramount. And that's why I always have my guys out, had them out before the summer season began. Marvin E. Cans Heating and Air Conditioning, out to get our AC units summer ready. Take my advice. Get your AC unit serviced this summer. If Marvin E. Cans feels that your unit needs to be fully replaced, they're going to give you an honest assessment at a fair price. I can tell you that. And they'll install a high-efficiency Trane, Trane AC unit. Hard to stop a train, as they say. Visit marvinecans.com, KANZE.com, marvinecans.com. Marvin E. Cans. Tell them Dawn sent you.
First, there was Tuesday. Then, there was Taco Tuesday. Now at Wendy's, there's Takis Tuesday. Get a new Takis Fuego meal, a.k.a. Takis Fuego chicken sandwich, Fuego fries inspired by Takis, a bag of Takis Fuego chips, a small drink, and also a small Frosty Classic. Yes, you can get that any day, but on Takis Tuesday, the Frosty is free. Make every Tuesday a Takis Tuesday. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's includes 1-ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
It's the Colonial Hyundai Fest. Up to 20% off any Hyundai stock. New Santa Fe's, Tucson's, and Elantras. Anyone you can rock. Come on down, we'll do the rest.
Hi, it's John Ashdale, the Car Czar from Colonial Hyundai. We've partnered with Hyundai for our largest event of the summer, the Colonial Hyundai Fest. Save up to 20% off any new Hyundai in stock. That's a savings of up to $10,000. Over 200 vehicles to choose from in stock, from new Santa Fe's, Tucson's, Elantras, and more. And 0% financing is available on any new Hyundai in stock. Plus, I'll give you $6,500 for your trade, no matter the condition, guaranteed, only at Colonial. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain, and Hyundai Assurance. Shop us online 24/7 at colonialhyundai.com. Colonial Hyundai, the faster, easier, better way to buy a Hyundai.
Stock vehicles only. Tax and tax additional offers cannot be combined. See dealer for full details. Offer expires July 31st, 2025.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chevy.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Stop buying gold online. Edelman's Coins is the Philadelphia area's largest buyer and seller of gold and silver bullion. Family owned for 99 years, Edelman's Coins has continued to provide ultra-competitive pricing paired with unparalleled customer service. With transparent buy-sell spreads, you know you will always get a fair deal. When buying or selling bullion or coins, think Edelman's Coins. Call 215-572-6480 or visit edelmanscoins.com.
TurnersvilleJeep.com is home to the best Jeep and Ram inventory and prices in the Philadelphia area. TurnersvilleJeep.com has a huge selection of certified pre-owned vehicles, which come with a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Selling your car? We want it, and we'll pay top dollar at TurnersvilleJeep.com. Bad credit? No problem. Our goal is 100% credit approval.
Just minutes from all bridges or online 24/7, but only at TurnersvilleJeep.com.
Keep free speech alive. Follow 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
6:50, Kayal and Company. It is a Friday morning. Nick, Dawn, and Greg here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Coming up after the news in hour number 2, we will get to Tulsi Gabbard's bombshell evidence, the smoking gun of all smoking guns. We'll get into the authenticity of it, how damning it is.
So I'm guessing Hillary Clinton's going to go to prison, right?
Nope.
Guys, since this is a smoking gun of all smoking guns.
I've never seen anything like this. True story. I've never seen a piece of evidence so
Great.
Alarming.
Great. Handcuffs are coming. Can't
so
wait.
So alarming that I don't even know if it's real.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Statute of limitations.
Can't wait.
Has that run its course?
Okay.
We'll get into it. We've got some legal breakdown coming up. And then Dawn will lose her mind.
Because it's not just all smoke and mirrors, guys. There's tangible evidence. We need to get to the bottom of this. I agree. Hillary Clinton behind bars. John Brennan behind bars. Can't wait for that to happen.
Hashtag sarcasm.
No, I'm not being sarcastic at all. I'm just saying if it's all this all I've been hearing for the last 2 weeks, bombshell. This is intangible evidence. This is foolproof. Okay, great. Let's do this then. Let's bring everybody to justice. Can't wait.
Bottle that. Save that. We're gonna go deeper into the morning.
No, I'm done. That's it. I
spilled this bucket.
What if you did? You what?
No, I gave my pound.
He
I
spilled
said
his
what I
bucket.
say. Yeah.
He shot his wad. He's done.
What if she did a fight club? Because Hillary Clinton she and Tulsi have always had a thing. So you do a woman's fight club.
I'd be fine with that.
Like mud wrestling or something.
Go right for the hair. Yeah. Women's division of politics and wrestling. I'd be all for it. I'd sign up for it on Peacock. Let me just wrap with this. So I thought this was interesting when we talk about the health. Childhood obesity in the United States. This is directly from the CDC's website. From 2017 to March of 2020, when the pandemic started here in America officially, the prevalence of obesity amongst U.S. children and adolescents was 19.7%. So basically 1 out of every 5 kids is technically obese. That equates to 14.7 million U.S. kids, kids and young adults, age 2 through 19 years old. Obviously, this is defined by what I think is the antiquated BMI, the body mass index, but nonetheless, still a lot of unhealthy kids out there.
Why is it antiquated, Kayal?
Because it says I should be 163, and I've been 163 as an adult, and I look like I was going through some medical treatment. It's not a good look. I'm better at 185, and trust me, I'm not good at 215. And I look like a pudge ball, a bald one. I got some sun on my head, so it looks a little better. All right, so let's roll. I want to play this. This is K20, and this is Triple H yesterday. Paul Levesque, the head of the basically the Dana White of the WWE these days, and he goes a little bit further into health and nutrition for kids amongst the 47th administration.
I think it's so imperative to the health of the nation to get young people back in shape, to get them motivated to exercise, to get them off their phones, to get them off of TV or screens, whatever screen it is. This executive order puts us back into a place where we can motivate kids. I was, influenced by that president's council years ago. I spoke to Secretary Kennedy about it today. We both were a part of that, and it was motivating. My whole life, I have spent being in shape and the right nutrition and training. And that kind of activity teaches you everything you need to know about how to be successful in life. So it not only affects kids and their fitness, it affects their wellness, their mental health, how they approach life in general. And I feel like this is such an important moment in time, and I'm humbled and honored to be a part of it.
Never drank, never smoked.
Nope.
But still had a heart attack.
Well, steroids will do that to you. Steroids will do that to you, allegedly. I remember this, Dawn, it's not like, Greg and I grew up in a day and age where technology didn't exist. I mean, MTV was a thing, reality TV, the internet started in the 90s. So there were video games. There were plenty of things that we could have completely sidetracked ourselves with. But I'll never forget when I was growing up, and it was, the Nintendo system, and then the PlayStation came around. My dad, he would give me one game, right? Like I would get 45 minutes. All right, you want to play the Madden football game with your buddy in the living room? You get one game, you're back outside. If you think you're just going to sit there for the next 3 hours and stare at that television and lose your mind and throw controllers and act like a baby, it's not going to happen. So I think we really need to go back. But I think the big sticking point is nowadays we have so many people that get offended when they see parents being stern and strict with their kids, whether it's in public and I get it, guidance counselors are great. My wife was a social worker for 17 years. And then you get the government involved, and then the state gets involved because the kid's a softie and he's crying. My parents were too hard on me at home. And then they investigate the family. I just want to read this tweet. This is from your girl, Susie Cool. She says, they want women out of the house because when mothers don't raise their children, the government and internet will.
Amen.
I think there is an element of truth to that.
Yep.
There's got to be this separation, right? Like how many times have we seen these stories with gender affirming care where Bobby wants to become Bridget and all of a sudden the state gets involved and comes in and takes the kid from the parent, things like that. There's got to be some sort of a better balance here to make our kids in a position to succeed, right?
Amen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. Susie's nailed it.
One thing I will say about that whole thing yesterday, I don't know anybody who is against bringing back this presidential test. To Dawn's point, I don't know why we got rid of it in the first place. So I think this is an issue that even the Trump haters would say, yeah, this is a good idea. Kids should be doing this. Recess, all that needs to be happening. The one criticism I will say that I will have, because I have to nitpick, if you're, Trump, love having Triple H there, love having Bryson DeChambeau there, maybe not have Lawrence Taylor there. Just saying.
Hey, cocaine was the original stimulant.
It's not the cocaine, brother.
Oh, it's the sexual stuff.
It's the raping a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
He's on a sexual registers list, a sexual predator registers list. So, with all the Epstein stuff going on, maybe not the best look to have LT standing next to you at the White House.
I didn't even make that connection. That's a good point.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. To
Have
be the
Riley Gaines there have some
the turn in the punch bowl. Yeah, yes.
women.
You're 100% right. There
Paula
should have been
Scanlon.
there should have been a female representative there. Not sure why there wasn't, but maybe next time, no Lawrence Taylor and yes to Riley Gaines or Paula Scanlon or somebody like that.
Yeah, fair
Amen.
point. 855-839-1210. News to kick off hour number 2, and then we will get to the other big story of the day. We just talked about it 3 minutes ago. Kayal and Company. Stay right there.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Get ready for
your workouts will
stay tuned for.
Are you tired of?
You can skip a lot of things in life, but not everything. With Citizens, get the advice and tools you need to financially handle all of life's unskippable moments. So you're ready for your best friend's wedding, a broken down car, your kid getting into their dream school, and every expense in between. From making a plan to staying on track, make sense of your money with Citizens. Get started at citizensbank.com/made-ready.
Prioritize yourself and make your dream of an attractive, healthy smile a reality at PI Dental Center. The professionals at PI Dental have been transforming patients' smiles for over 38 years. Board-certified specialists, Dr. Glenn Wolfinger and Dr. Robert Slough, perform complex dental makeovers with their Teeth in a Day protocol, where dental implants are placed and restored with fixed teeth in just 1 day. It's time to invest in yourself. For a smile that's monumental, trust PI Dental. Visit pidentalcenter.com.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or price stop to opt out.
Ugh, why does my bank always charge me fees?
That's because your bank is trash. Ever heard of Current? You could get a paycheck advance up to $750 if you qualify.
Wait, $750? Like before payday?
Exactly. It's your money, just early. Set up an eligible direct deposit, see if you qualify, and that's it.
So what's the catch?
No catch, no overdraft fees, no annual fees, and you can build your credit without falling into debt.
Wow, I needed this like yesterday. What do I do?
Text them. That's it.
To get started with Current, text early to 323232. That's early to 323232.
Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group and or Cross River Bank, both members FDIC. Paycheck advance provided by Fineco Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC-insured bank. Product eligibility, availability, and performance may vary and are subject to change at any time. Using your credit card responsibly may allow you to improve your credit score. For details on costs, terms, and conditions, visit current.com or call 1-888-851-3177.
Hey, this is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling. How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally go to investorschooling.com? I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to investorschooling.com right now. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com, and take that free class. See you there.
Hi, it's Tom Giordano, and it's here. Rescue Natural Supplements' biggest thank you for the entire year. Their customer appreciation sale is on, and it's about delivering the best deals and quality products for you. Right now, stock up and save a whopping 50% when you mix and match any 5 or more Rescue single bottles, plus your order will ship for free. Just use the code VIP50 at checkout, whether it's omega-3s, cholesterol support, joint health. It's all there. It's your chance to feel your best for less. To place an order, visit res-q.com or call 800-26-LIVE. Again, that's 800-262-5483. Speak with a knowledgeable rescue product consultant. And if you're new to rescue, well, now's the best time to give them a try. Digestion, sleep, energy, it's all covered. Again, use that code VIP50 to receive 50% off and free shipping when you mix and match 5 or more Rescue Natural supplements. Use that code VIP50 at res-q.com.
Every week on the Moth Podcast, we share stories that are funny, strange, heartbreaking, and above all, true.
I myself have been married for 56 years. Unfortunately, to 4 different women.
It turns out the people I was looking for all my life is what you people would call nerds.
Follow and listen to The Moth on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now, you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
That's right. iHeartRadio app, Odyssey app, live on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, podcast, or the old-fashioned way. Old 1210 a.m. on your radio dial. You can also get us in HD radio. Can't get us. The bottom line is, you're not trying. It's Kayal and Company, Hour 2 underway here. On a Friday morning, Nick, Dawn, and Greg. Sean Farish will join us at 7:45 for the cut sheet. It's a Fight Club Friday, which means not only do we give you the 5th and final fight of the week, but we also give you the opportunity to vote on the fight of the week. Although because YouTube can be stupid at times, like most polls, we only can give you 4 options.
Yeah, dumb.
I don't get it. Why is it so hard to do a 5th? Same thing with X. You post a poll on X, you get 4 options. Unbelievable. 855-839-1210. Let's get to the news. Round number 2 at 7:04. The great Dawn Stenson.
Good morning, Kayal and Company News Live this Friday morning, August the 1st. Much cooler if you're just waking up. A spattering of rain, which is dissipating. But today, a much cooler day. Still in the 60s, which is incredible. I don't know when we've felt the 60s. Feels like fall after a week of intense heat across our region. That, of course, brought all of the storms with hundreds of delays at airports up and down across the East Coast, including Philadelphia International, flooding, first responders, rescues, as many people across the region, Chester County, Montgomery County, the main line of Philadelphia, Huntington Valley, just you look across South Jersey, there were many, many rescues going on last night with motorists caught in those flash floods that we saw sweeping across our region, down trees, accidents. And so a lot of cleanup, not too many power outages. I was looking for power outages. We do have some, but I think the big story for travelers this Friday morning is call ahead at the Philadelphia International Airport, because they are saying, of course, that they are seeing delays at the airports. There were cancellations and delays, like I say, at our airport in Philadelphia and across up and down the East Coast.
Josh has an interesting point on the YouTube chat, Nick Kayal. He says, why not then just do fights Monday through Thursday, then have Friday be the vote on best fight of the week?
That's the best idea I've heard all week.
Me too. I don't know why we've never thought about that.
That's a great idea. The hell with Friday.
Josh, you win.
Absolutely nothing.
You win.
A roaring round of applause.
You win YouTube today.
There you go.
That's a great suggestion.
All right, problem solved.
Although I do like the Friday fights.
All right.
So
we have that going on.
We'll workshop it.
We workshop it on the air.
So we, in Philadelphia and across the nation, we saw obviously many law enforcement officers who, and from Philadelphia, our suburbs, sending representatives to attend the funeral held for the murdered NYPD officer, who was, by the way, promoted to detective posthumously. We're talking about Detective Didarul Islam, as he was laid to rest yesterday. Thousands attending his funeral in New York City, and many tributes to what many say a hero cop, as he was gunned down, obviously in that high-rise uniformed officer, his pregnant wife. We saw her, the 2 little boys, and it's becoming political as well, because we saw, of course, New York Mayor Eric Adams. He attended, but as well, Mondami was invited by the family, and so he's even though he's lower in the polls, there are still many saying that Mamdani is the guy. He's the future mayor of New York City. Is it true? Is that what's going to happen?
Mamdani was invited by the family?
He was invited by the family. When he
is this a religion thing?
I believe
they're both of the same.
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
So, this is a Muslim family.
Yep.
Mamdani Muslim, obviously. When he got off the plane from Uganda from the 10 days off with the wedding celebration, he beelined to meet with the family and met with the family for at least some reports an hour, some reports more than 2 hours. And the statement was that they did invite him to attend.
Interesting.
So
more
he was
forgiving
there.
than I would be.
So that's significant. And, it was, I know the police commissioner, Tish, she was there giving remarks at the funeral. I think she is somebody who's she'll be the mayor of New York someday, because she's very impressive, in my humble opinion. She had passed on it this time around, but I think if you look at her, you watch her, listen to her, she's, and obviously a famous name from a very famous American family, the Lowe's hotels and all of that, but she's come into her own. And I think that she's impressing so many people.
Any relation? She must be related to the Tishes that own the Giants as well.
Yes.
The Tishes and the Maras.
Yep. Same. So her dad, her uncle, and the Lowe's hotel chains and all of that. That's the Tishes, but she's continues to impress many people. As we talked a lot about local tragic news, so do you want me to give some of in the 6 a.m. we talked about local news, a lot of tragedy going on.
Yeah, no tragedy here, please.
So,
thank you.
I know.
Puppy dogs and candy canes.
The Donnie Downer newscast 6 a.m. edition.
Come on.
So I know that's where I was going,
All
Mr.
right.
Shopper.
Okay, thank you.
I was pivoting. I just wanted to know, I was pivoting kind of like President Trump pivoted from tariffs that were, remember today's the day, August 1st. So we've been talking about, we have a pivot. We have an announcement. It was released, I think it was like 7-ish o'clock last night, maybe 8-ish. I'm trying to remember when I noticed it, but there was an executive order and there was news released by the administration last night. New trade policy, that's the pivot. And so instead of yesterday, August 1st, most of them for virtually every nation that the U.S. has not cut a deal with, they have until August 7th. So that's the pivot that I refer to, new deadline. So the universal rate, I'll go through it. A tariff of 10% remains for countries with which the United States has a trade surplus. That's most of them, about 40 nations, which the U.S. has a trade deficit. They face it's a 15% bottom baseline or floor. We still have the deets to work out, as I say, the details with China and Mexico. That is still pending. When we talk about Canada, President Trump also said he is raising the tariffs on Canada to 35%. So goods compliant with the U.S. states, Mexico, Canada agreement. Remember, that's not subject to the higher rate. Right. That's USMCA is, so take that and put those out of what he's talking about. Yeah. Everything else, it's a blunt impact, as they're calling it, because Canada's 35% rate, that is effective immediately as of midnight this morning. In other words, 12:01.
Yeah, my sources told me that Canada was effectively bumped to 35% specifically because of the Trudeau-Katy Perry dinner date.
Sure, it's absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Who kissed a girl first?
Definitely Katy Perry. She sang about it.
She did. Well, that was my reference. Yes. So Canada, but I just want to point out that 35% is everything outside USMCA, right? And then there is a court reviewing the tariff authority. It's a notable hearing because there were all these federal appeals, because everything happens in the appeals courts. They're hearing oral arguments about whether or not President Trump, and this is another questioning of executive powers, did he overstep his legal authority to impose many of his sweeping tariffs? So they're taking this to the courts. Can I get to the ballroom?
Yes.
My favorite topic of the day. So, in all of this, President Trump announcing, very excited about, he has talked about a ballroom idea, but it's a project that would construct a massive ballroom. It fulfills the wish that President Trump has talked about. He has long disliked the tent pitched on the lawn to accommodate large-scale events. President Trump, Donald J. Trump, not much of a tent kind of a guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, when you're 79, you're not interested in pitching tents anymore.
Well, I don't think he's ever been the tent. You know how you like the weddings and the arboretums and
Yeah.
do the huge ballroom tent? Yeah, not so much.
It's
So
low energy.
yeah, so he's well put. Longtime developer overseeing the construction of this $200 million, 90,000 square foot ballroom that would remake the east wing of the White House, effecting one of the biggest changes to quote unquote the people's house in a century. And
It's going to be great in 2028 when President AOC comes in and tears it all down.
So I don't know. She likes the remember her Met Gala gown. She's a ballroom kind of a gal.
Yeah.
So 650 people. That's the seating. It would triple the capacity of the East Room, which currently is the largest room at the White House. We learned yesterday that construction is set to begin this September, and it should be done long before the end of Trump's second term.
Who's paying for this?
That's the big question.
Donors, correct? It's not taxpayer
So
funded.
not the taxpayers. So that's the good news.
Good.
But Caroline Leavitt, White House press secretary, she was giving some of the deets on this, and she said this has frustrated the president and his predecessors, a lack of space for all these major functions at the White House and this large unsightly tent that they don't like.
I mean, it is kind of ridiculous that they have a tent at the White House.
Yeah.
All the space that they have for everything there.
Like it's a backyard barbecue.
Yeah, I know. Like they're setting up for Music Fest.
I was just going to say, it was like my son's 5th birthday. It was like, we don't have enough room. We need to put a tent out.
They order it from Temu.
Yeah.
So in this one, this would be private money. And that's just it. President Trump committed to spending no public money for the project.
He can do whatever the hell he wants to.
So there you go. Now, many are quick, and we're hearing about this now, many are quick to say, wait a minute, this is a pay-to-play type situation because now, let's say you get a call from President Trump and you're a wealthy donor or, you want something else done. Is this a pay-to-play situation? So that's what Democrats and quite frankly, a lot of people are saying that there are some conflicts of interest. So I
think Democrats have bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah.
I mean, anything involved with the president and donors is a pay-to-play thing. Yeah. What do you think they're donating for?
Yeah, nobody gives away stuff for free except for us.
It's unbelievable. Like now, all of a sudden, Democrats are concerned about pay-to-play.
Yeah.
Give me a break. Mm-hmm. Who cares? As long as the taxpayers don't pay for it, I don't care. I could care less.
Jimmy Kelly wants to know if they need a DJ for some of these events. Yeah, Jimmy, you do the last one in the tent. But once the ballroom's effectively created, you're out.
That would be awesome.
For those new listeners, our associate producer here, Jim Kelly, has his own DJ business.
Yes.
Blind DJ.
Right.
Because he's legally blind.
Yep. He's
just
blind.
so you know.
Yeah. He DJ'd my wedding, by the way, 16 years ago.
Would you give him a rave review?
Absolutely. He did a great job.
That's awesome.
I wouldn't have used him if I didn't. Yeah.
And so I will say this. I'll ask this question. You know how like at your church or synagogue or kids' school, whatever that looks like, and you can buy maybe a brick or a paver?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like for your kid or your family. So maybe we could all like buy a paver or something. You could donate. And how much would that cost?
I'm done donating. I'm for profit.
But, they could have fundraisers.
Yeah.
We could do like Talk Radio 12. Could we go there live? Could we be live from the construction site?
No.
Why?
Because we're not state-run media. That's why.
I do want to go to the White House one day, though.
Other shows might broadcast from the White House. I do not anymore. Thank you.
Why?
You just want to send me since I'm the only one on the show that's yet to be there? No, you guys will stay. You guys stay in the studio, and I'll set up shop, and we'll do it remotely. You guys have already been there. Don't be greedy.
Greg's been there twice during the Obama administration with Smirkanish, right? And then during Trump's
first time around.
Yeah, I'm done going.
Zioli, and they were generous enough to take me.
I don't care.
I just basically did hair and makeup. No, I'm teasing, but I did news hair
How much
and
time
makeup.
did you spend doing your hair and makeup that day when you were there? Under 93 minutes.
Oh, believe me, Greg and Rich, when you go there, you have to get there at like 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, it was horrible.
So I was like trying to put lashes on at like 2 in the morning, and
great.
Would I be able to wear?
When was it? You and Zioli were out in the hall going, "Dawn, we gotta go."
I know.
Remember that? It was like 3 It was like
yes,
3.
Yes, you
15
almost made us. Shocking, Nick. I know you'll be shocked about this. Dawn almost made Zeoli and I late.
Wow.
There was not even close to being late.
We will. Yes, it was.
Close.
Yes, it was.
Tasia from Larry, what's his DC? Everybody got there. We were first there before all the other stations.
Mhm.
First in line.
Yeah, nobody knows what we're talking about.
You think they'd let me wear flip flops?
No. No. And President Trump would remember you would get the Ukrainian president, treatment.
Oh, that's
Remember
true.
that little
Yeah,
Zelensky with with the suit?
Yeah.
They'd be like, "Where is your suit?"
Mm-hmm.
You can wear that tux with the spandex that you
That
wore
tux is gone.
to
I burned
Piazza.
it. I burned it. You roasted me in public, and then I finished it off when I got home.
Look, there's a lot of news today. I know we're going to get into all the deets. We've already headlined not an HRV, it's an HRC report because the HRV is my Piazza Honda.
Yes.
It's HRC.
Yep.
I don't know what
Hillary
the heck
Clinton
that is.
going to jail. Can't wait.
Rot him.
Can't wait. Hillary Clinton behind bars coming up next.
This is a declassified piece of the Durham report that they hid from us.
I
which is
should know
infuriating.
this. Rodham is her maiden name, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. It was like, there's no way that could be her middle name, right?
No, it's her maiden name.
Okay. Rodham.
So there it is. The weather is the big story because it's a huge change in the weather. What does it mean for the weekend weather? Nick Kayal?
Well, Dawn, 67 degrees. It's going to start drying up, a high of 75 today, but we will have cloudy skies.
Going to go out for a bike ride today, definitely.
Yeah, start training for next year?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you can finish in 3 hours?
Oh, dude, I'm already like, how can I beat my record this year?
I don't know that I'm going to ride next year.
Oh,
at this
yes,
moment in
you are.
time,
Stop.
3 years in a row. I mean, I'm losing to Greg. I'm losing to females. I just might MC something or sit in the dunk tank.
No, you're absolutely not. You're doing this.
I'm
And
still
Stensland
And I committed.
Stensland
because
committed
Michael
to
and
doing
David
it. Yes,
committed.
yeah, we're doing it as a show.
I'll believe that when Jimmy Kelly sees it.
Jim Kelly's riding. Phil Almquist is riding. Everybody's riding. Start training now.
All right.
Well, Maureen Faulkner says a lot of people did the 35-mile one.
No.
So you could actually do,
we're
like
doing
it's
65.
35 miles away?
No, we're doing 65.
I'll do 65. I committed
It's August
to
1st.
Yeah.
Next year's going to be July, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So you have a year.
Yeah.
So start training now.
All right, here's what we have to do, though, now that we're totally sidetracked. We have to get Phil, and I wouldn't ask him to do this for 65 or 30 miles. Okay. Because you can ride 10 miles, right? We get Jimmy Kelly in the back of like a little, we've seen the people that are towing like disabled people or their kids. We let Jimmy Kelly ride in the back, and Phil has to do the last 10 miles on the bike, pedaling Jimmy Kelly to the finish line.
That'd be awesome. Well, maybe by next year we'll get, because we have a lot of, what about EV bikes? We could get like a EV bike sponsor.
That's cheating.
That's not cheating.
Yeah,
that is not cheating.
I'll tell you what.
It's a bike.
I'll bend the knee a little bit. You
It's
do
not
all.
cheating.
You do all 65 miles. I'll let you do electric bike.
Well, I'm just
As
saying
if I
get
have a
an
say
EV
in what
bike
you do.
sponsor. Do you know what I mean? Get an EV bike sponsor.
This
'cause
is
a
an
lot of- it's
anti-EV show,
intimidating.
though.
Huh?
This is an anti-EV show. If you get my drift.
Anti-EV bike.
I didn't mean to derail the
All
weather
right,
conversation
Yeah.
by this, but I'm going for a bike ride today. So
Have a blast.
I want you guys to do a poll question. Road Warrior, you're not allowed to vote. Are EV bikes, because
Are EV bikes cheating?
Are they cheating?
Yes,
are EV
yes,
bikes
of
cheating?
course
No,
they
they're
are.
not. They're
Yes,
just
of
like
course
a
they are.
backup. It's like a backup generator. Is a backup generator cheating?
No.
No.
Not when you go to MT
'Cause you
Rule.
look like you look like a genius. So it's just like a backup.
That's right. It's going to be gusty winds today, about 20 miles per hour, but we get a beautiful weekend coming up in the low to mid 80s and sunny. And according to the forecast right now, zero rain through August 15th, which, by the way, is when I move into the new house. And at that point, the rain comes back.
By the way, Dawn.
What?
100% so far. Say yes.
Really?
Yes.
To what?
Are EV bikes cheating?
Yes, of course they are. Yeah, if you're doing a ride or a race, how could they not be?
All right, now it's 88.11.
I would submit to you that they're not. They're not, because not everybody has time to train everything. And so it's just a great backup.
Look at me. Do you think I really trained?
Huh?
Do you think I trained it all this year?
Well, Greg did.
Well, look at Greg. Greg looks great. Look at me.
just saying.
I don't look great right
An
now.
EV bike in Philadelphia, if you're biking like in the Wissahickon, and what if like a predator comes out and you
Oh,
have that
for
EV bike?
Stop. Okay, enough.
It's
enough.
not cheating.
MTRule.com.
30 miles an hour.
MTRule.com. Get your Generac generators, please.
Yes.
Please.
All right.
So you can listen to us when we go out.
Smoking guns, next.
Piazza, dude.
But first, Piazza. Piazza Honda. No smoking guns, just smoking hot deals at Piazza Honda. Because whether you're hitting the beach...
Do they have EV bikes there?
No, but they have EVs.
Okay.
And I love those EVs.
Yeah.
Why would I not? Whether you're cruising the city or heading to the beach this summer, you got to do it in style.
I'm sorry. Old Man Dudley says EV bikes are not cheating as long as you're delivering a pizza or Mexican food.
That's right. 30 minutes or less or it's free.
Piazza, sorry.
Yes. For all you delivery drivers out here, it's also your summer of performance, but you might want to do it in a Honda because going on right now at our favorite Honda dealers, Piazza Honda, is the time to get behind the wheel of a new Civic, an Accord, a CR-V, unbeatable leases, low finance rates. But hurry, these summer savings will not last. It's already August 1st, so these deals are going by very quickly. Drive to Piazza Honda of Philadelphia, Langhorne, Pottstown, where Jimmy Fallon will be next Saturday, Reading, or Springfield. That's my home flagship location in Springfield. Or just shop online right now, piazzahonda.com.
Summer is here and the good old times are calling. Heat things up with Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire. Cool down with Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. And for the classic moments, there's always Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 Black Label. Right now, head into your local PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits store and get $3 off each of these summer favorites. And don't forget to pick up a 4-pack of Jack and Coke or Jack and Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, ready to drink in a can. Celebrate responsibly. Whiskey Specialty, 7% ABV. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 registered trademarks of Jack Daniel's Properties Inc. Coca-Cola is a trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
I'm Jalen Hurst here for One Donation. If you're a fan of saving money, listen up.
From now through August 31st, you can get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That's right, you could pay nothing until 2027. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com to get this great offer. Tell them you heard it on 1210 WPHT.
Don't pay more than you have to for new windows. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com.
Don't miss the Labor and Energy Show with J-Doc and Krause. Brought to you by the Labor and Energy Alliance this Saturday night at 6. Find out about the important issues that will affect you. The Labor and Energy Show, Saturday night at 6 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Filing Form 2290 again? VINs, weights, EINs. What a nightmare.
Not with 2290.ai, the first AI-powered 2290 e-filing platform. Just snap or scan last year's Schedule 1 and hit submit, even if you're on the go.
Wait, with just a photo?
Yep. Our smart platform reads, validates, and files it in minutes. With real-time AI checks and instant Schedule 1 delivery, you can stay road ready and file fast.
Whoa, I just got my Schedule 1. Already?
That's right. Whether you're a solo hauler or running a fleet, smart truckers use smart tech. Just go to 2290.ai to snap or scan and submit. Anywhere, anytime.
Powered by ZenWork. Use code RADIO at checkout for 20% off your first filing. Only at 2290.ai. That's 2290.ai. With code RADIO at checkout for 20% off. 2290.ai.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop to opt out.
Ugh, why does my bank always charge me fees?
That's because your bank is trash. Ever heard of Current? You could get a paycheck advance up to $750 if you qualify.
Wait, $750? Like before payday?
Exactly. It's your money, just early. Set up an eligible direct deposit, see if you qualify, and that's it.
So what's the catch?
No catch. No overdraft fees, no annual fees. And you can build your credit without falling into debt.
Wow, I needed this like yesterday. What do I do?
Text them. That's it.
To get started with Current, text early to 323232. That's early to 323232.
Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group and or Cross River Bank, both members FDIC. Paycheck advance provided by Fineco Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC insured bank. Product eligibility, availability, and performance may vary and are subject to change at any time. Using your credit card responsibly may allow you to improve your credit score. For details on cost, terms, and conditions, visit current.com or call 1-888-851-3177.
We didn't take to retirement like we thought we would.
We got bored.
So I thought I'd book a trip to Italy to celebrate retiring.
We didn't speak Italian.
We didn't then. We do now. Because of Babbel.
Babbel is the refreshingly easy-to-use app for learning a new language. With more than a dozen languages to choose, Babbel uses immersive lessons to teach you vocabulary and grammar in a way that sticks.
We set a goal for 15 minutes per day.
That's all we needed.
And Italy was just...
Bellissima.
That means beautiful.
In Italian.
From interactive lessons led by experts to conversation tips on real-life topics, Babbel's revolutionary teaching style keeps language in your head and easy to remember. Celebrating 15 million subscriptions sold. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Be sure to follow Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
Mustard. Kayal and Company. Shout out to Ron DeSantis for making Friday, August 1st, statewide in the state of Florida, recognized as National Hulk Hogan Day.
Mm-hmm.
Mustard. The red and the mustard will always run wild, brother.
I mean, okay. Do we need flags to fly at half? I mean,
at half mast, no.
Half staff.
Or half staff.
I believe that should be for, like, you know, police officers.
Agreed.
Firefighters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not a professional wrestler.
And a lot of...
And I'm a huge Hulk Hogan fan.
Oh, yeah.
This is not against Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, we did the tribute last Friday.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need flags at half staff, right?
Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of men in this audience in our upper demo that have been flying in half staff for many years now. 855-839-1210, but there's pills for that. So let's get to the other big story of the day. John Solomon, obviously Tulsi Gabbard releasing all of this stuff. We'll get to her with the whistleblower, but the big part here, John Solomon, award-winning investigative journalist with Just the News. He used to write and report for the Associated Press, the Washington Post, and The Hill. Puts this out yesterday. He says, this is the smoking gun evidence inside the Durham Annex. If it is authenticated by further investigations, it means liberal megadonor George Soros' team knew the whole Clinton plan for Russiagate hoax 4 days before the FBI opened the probe, and so did Obama, Brennan, and Comey. And if you see his Twitter feed, Jay Solomon Reports, you will see the screenshot of the email sent from Leonard Bernardo. Phil actually has it. He'll throw it up on YouTube. Thank you, Phil. July 27th, 2016. It says, hi, HRC, presumably here, Hillary Rodham Clinton, approved Julia's idea about Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections. That should distract people from her own missing email, especially if the affair goes to the Olympic level. The point is making the Russian play a U.S. domestic issue. Say something like a critical infrastructure threat for the election to feel menace, since both POTUS and VPOTUS have acknowledged the fact IC would speed up searching for evidence that is regrettably still unavailable. However, there seems to be signs, GRU penetration, blah, 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 blah. So you can see it there on YouTube. But the first part is, I think, the part that is the most damning. And I'm not embellishing when I say that this is damning. I think if this can be, and there's three things I think we have to understand here and be able to get to the bottom of somehow, some way. Number one, is this email that I just read authentic? If it is, then that leads us to number two, which is what I say is one of the most damning things that I've ever seen as far as incriminating evidence in the political sphere that is the United States politics, and whether or not prosecutions would be warranted and will we get anything out of this. And I've given you my thoughts on it in the past. That's not so much the point of the conversation today, even though ultimately that's what people want. And then you get to the statute of limitations and whether or not those have expired. And Phil Holloway is an attorney, and he's also a legal analyst for Town Hall. And he makes a couple of good points talking about the statute of limitations as far as to whether or not they have expired and they've run, and some people would be, quote, off the hook. And I don't know the specifics of how they arrive at the conclusion. I know there's usually a time frame. I don't know if it would be based off the date this email was sent, which was allegedly July 27th of 2016. Matt Taibbi, independent journalist as well, made some really good points. He says there are obviously multiple levels to the story described in the declassified Durham report, but there's no version of it that isn't damning for the FBI, the CIA, and Hillary Clinton. Even if the foreign intercepts about a plan to vilify Trump are incorrect or overstated, they were taken seriously by the intelligence agencies who went on to conceal their existence while professing to objectively analyze Trump-Russia connections. And then Glenn Greenwald, who's another good follow on X, says the corporate media will not report on these new disclosures showing the CIA, FBI, Hillary Russiagate fraud because they were its leading perpetrators. In fact, they even gave themselves Pulitzers for it. If they talk about it, they'll just depict it as Trump persecuting blah, 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 blah. To which Taibbi says there is no way any corporate media outlet, there is no way for any corporate media outlet to cover this story at all. Logistically, it can't be done without making major admissions. It will have to be reported out entirely by independents, as in people like Matt Taibbi. Dawn, when you saw this, what was your reaction?
I want to see everything. I want to know, first of all, why didn't they declassify when Durham gave that report? And remember, it was a weird delivery. Remember that? It was like this long hearing, and he seemed off, or it was just strange. And you look at the whole thing, and it just felt like there was something missing at the time. And so the question is, why? Why did they leave this out? Why are we just seeing this now? Or if they have a reason for not declassifying these things, then why?
Mhm.
What's the reasoning behind it?
So there's so many different roadblocks along the way. Everybody's saying arrest, 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 handcuff, perp walk, prosecute. First of all, again, at the top, Obama likely protected by the Supreme Court. Then you get to Hillary. Is she protected by the statute of limitations expiring? And then you work your way down to Comey, Brennan, and these other individuals. But again, the first three sentences, I mean, again, if this is authentic, right? Because I guess in theory you couldn't completely make this up in this day and age of fake news and AI. Who knows what's real or not? That's the world we live in, unfortunately. But it says, "Hi, HRC Hillary Rodham Clinton approved Julia's idea about Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections. That should distract people from her own missing emails, especially if the affair goes to the Olympic level. The point is making the Russian play a U.S. domestic issue. Say something like a critical infrastructure threat for the election to feel menace, since both POTUS and POTUS have acknowledged the fact that blah, 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 and regrettably evidence is still unavailable." Right there in a nutshell should be the, we can pin you down if legally things are still in favor of those going after the perpetrators in this case. Again, I still don't think we will ever see it. The best case from what I've read from experts is Brennan, perjury, perhaps, but that seems to be it. But this just goes to show you, if again this is true, and by the way, forget if it's true or not. Even if this is true, why would anybody send an email like this in this day and age and then have things like Hillary's name attached to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm just thinking about this, if I was in their position and I wanted to sabotage Trump and undermine the credibility of his election victory and cast a doubt to the American public, why would I send an email like that and say Hillary has approved Julia's idea? I mean, we're not talking about a marketing idea that they come up with down the hall in the Odyssey, marketing department. Yeah, Julia had an idea. It's a go. We're gonna make new sweatshirts for Kayal and Company. Wouldn't it be a little more clandestine than this? Which brings me back yesterday to like the burn bags. Kash Patel. Hey, I found this filing cabinet back here. Nobody got rid of it. Burn bags. I question everything, but man, and I'm not embellishing when I say this. Of all the things we've seen in the last 10 years, where, there's some evidence, but it's open for interpretation, these three sentences to me are the most damning things that I have seen evidence-wise on either side, whether Trump's being prosecuted for 34 counts of cooking the books or inflating assets, or, somebody in the Democrat side being prosecuted and somebody's going after it from a Republican standpoint. I mean, these right here, if this is true, again, should lead to action. But as Stocker said earlier, not going to happen. Just not. Right?
Yeah, and part of it, I mean, they even refer to the fact that the FBI doesn't possess any way of direct evidence against Clinton, meaning Hillary Clinton. And it even notes that it's because of the email's timely deletion from the email servers.
But wouldn't they be
so a lot was deleted?
Wouldn't they be somewhere on like a I don't know if a cloud was a thing 9 years ago, but wouldn't there be something from like the original source? And I'm not just talking about a computer or a hard drive. I don't know. I'm not a tech guy, but whether it's IP addresses or where these things are typically stored, we always talk about, what's fascinating is we always talk about it. We just said it earlier in the show. Government's tracking you, right? Government can get into your iPhone, and Kamala talks about wireless earbuds. Government can't seem to find the actual true source of this. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
They can find everything that every Tom, Dick, and Harry does on social media and what they're listening to in their earbuds. Yet we can't track down the original spot where this could be stored on some sort of device.
Look at all I see, so this was released, the report was released by Chairman Grassley. Anybody can look at it online. What strikes me about this report dated May the 12th, 2023, and it looks on the matters related to intelligence activities and looking at all of these things that arose out of the 2016 presidential campaign, what I see here is a whole flurry of communication and
coordination.
Coordination, coordination, communication, a whole lot there between President Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the Democratic, all of the Democratic machine, if you will, Wasserman Schultz, all these people. And so my question I have so many questions. Is that ordinary? Do you know what I'm saying? Is that ordinary that you had an FBI and you have all of these interests and they're all coordinating and talking and emailing? Is that normal?
I would have liked to have seen this type of communication and coordination in Butler, PA. Right?
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, it just feels like a lot of tentacles and a lot of communication when I would think that there are firewalls between these entities. So that's what I see here. It's just concerning to me just that they have that level of that they can communicate with one another.
A couple of texts from some of our listeners. Dr. Mike, the chiropractor, says there will be no criminal repercussions, but let's just excoriate and embarrass the hell out of the whole cabal. And then Steve Pacraduni from Jack Chittarelli's team says Trump should sue Hillary and everybody involved civilly for defamation. No one is ever going to be charged criminally for this, but the best way for Trump to get back at them for this is drag them through the courts just like they did to Trump.
Do you think that's going to happen?
No,
Nope.
I don't.
Nope.
And also,
I'm only talking about it today because of the new evidence.
Yeah.
So nothing's going to happen.
Of course not.
Nothing's going to happen.
Nope.
And so a couple of things. Now look at what it's biased by omission, as I always say. So think about the Durham report. Think about all the so-called mainstream media, what they were reporting. And this went on for how many years? Like 2-3 years. And the media, you could just take the media over that time and all of these anchor people and so-called, journalists and all of that. And all they were reporting was about Russia, and this absolutely was a result. And it was over, and we were pounded over the heads with it.
Yeah.
And it was a big, fat lie. We were all getting played, including those anchor people.
It just makes you wonder then, I mean, what do these individuals have to do or alleged to have been doing behind the scenes to actually be held accountable? I mean, if you can't prosecute this, now I get it. If statute of limitations expire, that's the rule, that's the law. The clock has run out, as they like to say. But if not, how does Pam Bondi and anybody else in the Department of Justice or Tulsi Gabbard or anybody in any of these three-letter alphabet agencies not pursue this? I'm talking beyond just subpoenas and depositions. If they're going to do that, I honestly don't even want to. I don't even want them to do it. Just skip it. Skip the song and dance. I don't need a production. I need producing.
At the end of the day, this is going to come down to. So the whole point of this is, according to one of your texts, is just to expose.
But the sad part is,
the Clintons and the Obamas.
Unless you consume this type of media, you don't hear about it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a blackout.
Because on the other side is what the other side is saying, and the New York Times has a report this morning. Clinton planned emails were likely made by Russian spies, declassified report shows.
Yeah.
So the people who don't like Trump are going to say this is all nothing, and the people who like Trump are going to say this is the biggest. What did I hear yesterday? It's the biggest political scandal in U.S. history.
I gave you I gave you the media coverage yesterday. CBS, ABC, and NBC News spent 2,300 minutes on Trump Russia in 2016 and 2017. Fast forward to 2025, the same three networks have spent under 3 minutes in their 6 o'clock hour, their national network newscast at night, under 3 minutes discussing Obama, Hillary, and Russia. Yep. Think about the disparity in coverage. That's why this will go nowhere as far as one of the texts that I read, like Greg was saying about embarrassing and exposing. If you listen to if you're somebody that watches David Muir every night, you don't even know this story basically exists. This is just something that will be discussed about in our little ecosphere, unfortunate as that may be.
And so think about it as far as this goes. I mean, this is, if you're just joining us and you haven't heard about this last night, Nick Kayal previewed this at the top, that it's a 29-page report that was concealed from us. If you look at the top of it, it's classified by Durham himself. He classified it. It has just been declassified. That's the only reason we're knowing about this. And it dates back to an email. One of them is an email from July 27th of 2016. So here in Philadelphia, think about the convention. We were down at the convention center. Remember that? And they, the people who don't want walls, and they had the big fence around the South Philadelphia complex there. But they said that Mrs. Clinton had approved a campaign proposal to tie Trump to Russia to distract from the scandal over her use of a private email server. That's in a nutshell. That's what this is.
Yeah.
And remember what happened at the DNC. Remember all those Bernie people, how they were so furious because they felt really disenfranchised that, as far as what happened there with Clinton. So you think about the Clintons and how they had this going on. They really upset the Bernie bros, right? Because they felt that they didn't have the process they should have had.
Oligarchy.
Yeah. I mean, this is hard. This whole thing is a huge scandal. It's bias by omission.
Yep.
And so I remember in my kitchen having a huge fight with my husband. We don't even fight, but I fought over this because my husband was like, oh, he's John. Look at this. They're saying he had Russian hookers and he liked them, you're peeing on. I was like, no, it's not true. It's like all we had was like our instinct. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I was like, because Larry and I know people who work for him in the hotel side. And I was like, absolutely not. The guy is a germaphobe. Everybody there's no way that he liked anybody urinating anywhere near him. It just didn't happen. It didn't ring true. That was like the only evidence I had to this. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But think about that. We had years of being pounded by this and being told, like, this is the truth and this guy and da-da-da. It's a huge freaking lie.
Let me just read 3 more sentences. You guys can read the full report. This is from Tulsi Gabbard yesterday. I mentioned and teased the whistleblower. New report, whistleblower reveals how they were threatened by a supervisor to go along with the Obama-directed Russia hoax intelligence assessment, even though they knew it was not credible or accurate. The whistleblower refused. Yesterday, we released the whistleblower's firsthand knowledge. You can read that. It's on Tulsi Gabbard's official Government X feed. All right, let's welcome in Sean Farish. It is a Farish Friday after all. 7:49 as we say hello to our boy from Tennessee. What's up, buddy?
Oh, you tell me. It's been a week. We had a beautiful meeting in Scotland, right? I look great in the kilt. Nobody's ever looked as good in the kilt as I do, and I play the bagpipes even better than Kamala Harris, which is saying something. When you look at it,
the bagpipes.
saying a lot.
Yeah.
She was drunk last night on Stephen.
Oh, we have all of that. Yeah.
Hammered. Completely.
How dare they?
All right, let's get down to business. Stalker at 7:50.
Still can't hit this on time.
Nothing. Possible.
7:45 every day, or as close as we can get. What's on the cut sheet on this Friday? Sponsored by Rita's Italian Ice. Gummy Bear Ice is back at Rita's. It's a juicy mix of fruity flavors packed with real gummy bears. Try the glittery gummy bear gelati topped with unicorn glitter for a truly magical treat. Stop by before it's gone. Be cool at Rita's. Thank you, Rita's, for sponsoring the Friday edition, the Farish Friday edition of What's on the Cut Sheet. Let's piggyback off of what Nick and Dawn were just discussing, how nothing is going to happen on any of this. John Brennan was on with MSNBC, and he says there was absolutely nothing was happening. There's no conspiracy. Cut 7. According to Jonathan Turley, he's the one. What was the quote, Nick Kayal?
Turley says Brennan's like a 30-point buck in the headlights.
Okay, so I guess he will be doing a perp walk soon, right, guys?
Nope.
Okay. Nope. Roll this.
Well, if the director of CIA and the director of national intelligence make referrals to the Department of Justice, I think the Department of Justice has to do something to respond to it. So putting together an internal strike force, whatever, to take a look at this information is certainly, I think, understandable. But also, I'd like to think that professionals in the Department of Justice will dismiss any of these referrals because they're baseless. They really are. So again, I stand ready to continue to talk about the assessment and what we did during that period of time. There was absolutely no conspiracy. And we continue to stand behind what it is that we have said publicly.
But do you worry at all that the Trump loyalists who are installed in those key positions would find a way to punish you regardless of what the evidence reveals?
Well, I guess they're going to do what they were going to do, Anna. I just feel as though what we did was right. It was legitimate. It was based on our authorities and responsibilities. We would have been derelict if we didn't do these things. So again, I just like to think that, again, professionals in the Department of Justice and FBI and other places are not going to carry on this, what I think is an absurd effort to try to denigrate the work of intelligence professionals as well as the former leaders.
So basically he's saying that the adults in the room will make sure that the children do not get their way. Sean, are you of a different opinion of where Dawn and I are and Greg as far as whether or not somebody's actually going to be, taken to court over this?
Well, I think if you're going to charge these people under 18 U.S. Code Section 371, which is conspiracy to defraud the United States, you got to look at the statute of limitations. It's a 5-year statute of limitations, but that clock does not start running until the last overt act in furtherance of the conspiracy. So I want you to think about October of 2020, which is within the 5-year window, and it does keep you barely within the window, but October 19th, 2020, the infamous Hunter Biden letter is put out by 51 Intel agents and former Intel experts, et cetera, that said the Hunter Biden laptop had all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. And that right there is absolutely a furtherance of the conspiracy. Why didn't they say it was Chinese disinformation? They went with Russian disinformation because for 4 years prior to that, they had tried to falsely tie Donald Trump to Russia. They did it after that, too, in congressional testimonies, hearings, public statements, et cetera. So the case could be made that the conspiracy has been, essentially furthered within the last 5 years. Charges are possible. Whether they're going to happen, that's another story. Treason's not going to happen. You're not going to get treason charges because this does not rise to the level legally of treason. That usually gets a lot of people mad, and I start getting people telling me that I'm covering for the deep state because I said that. In a court of law, you're not getting treason charges. You have to prove that somebody gave aid to an enemy with whom the United States is in open war with. That's just not what's going on right now. But you can make the argument for conspiracy, 100%, conspiracy to defraud, 18 U.S. Code Section 371. You could maybe make the argument for sedition, 18 U.S. Code Section 2384, I think. But I think the charges, the best possible scenario is that you hit them with conspiracy charges. And by the way, when one of the conspirators commits that overt act, it resets the clock on all of the conspirators because they're conspiring together. That's what the eyes of the law says. So we are within the statute of limitations potentially.
But we only have 3 months left, basically.
Well, no, but that's only if we're going with the Hunter Biden memo.
Okay.
There have been statements, hearings, et cetera, where the conspiracy has been furthered within, the last 3 years, and there are some legal folks. I was talking to one last night who believes that even public statements in the media in furtherance of these conspiracies could potentially be used against some of the conspirators as well. Interviews on MSNBC, interviews on CNN, Trump, Russia, et cetera. So there's the potential, of course, that the statute of limitations maybe hasn't even started yet because of the amount of quote unquote overt acts that have been committed. Whether or not, the desk, we call her the desk, Pam Bondi, she's Pam the desk Bondi. Whether or not something gets through that black hole and actually makes it into the courts is remains to be seen. But statute of limitations is probably not up on these people, not yet.
Well, I sure hope
we just need some people to grow the what's, like the algae is blooming in our drinking water in Tennessee. We've got plenty of things growing in our water these days. It tastes like mud, which is just amazing. But we need people to grow a set and do something about this.
By the way, Mr. President, since you're there, can you shame the audience into hitting the like button on the YouTube? Because not enough people.
You can absolutely do that. You need to actually. What you need to do is you need to live beyond your reputation as Philadelphia retrobates. Okay? You people are acting like stupid people, and what we need to. You see, Greg asked me to shame these people, which I love to do.
That's right.
You're acting like stupid people. And if you don't know the like button, you're an incredibly stupid person. You don't want me to think you're a stupid person. So let's defy the odds and be smart people from Philadelphia for a change.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. President. Hit that like button if you have not done so. The discrepancy there is it's just killing me. My OCD is just out of control. Hit that like button. Jonathan Turley, speaking of him, was on with Hannity last night talking about Brennan and Clapper, saying that they never relied on the Steele dossier is astonishing. Roll this.
We'd never be a viable candidate. My question, are we looking at the possibility that cinder blocks by deep state operatives are put on the scales of not one, not two, but 3 presidential elections? Are we looking at that possibility? Jonathan Turley.
Well, Sean, there is a nefarious pattern here in terms of these elections. But these people are not out of the woods. I think people like Brennan believe that the statute of limitations for perjury will protect him. His testimony before Congress, in my view, stands directly contradicted by this evidence. The problem for him is that there's a suggestion that this was an ongoing conspiracy, and that would extend that statute of limitations. But the greatest problem of all is that they're going to be called back to Congress. They're going to be asked these questions again.
TV sucks.
And either they're going to take the Fifth Amendment, or they're going to have to come up with something different from what they said before, in my view. What is really astonishing is to see Brennan and Clapper say, we never relied on the Steele dossier, when Brennan intervened to make sure that the Steele dossier was part of that assessment.
What's astonishing is that Hannity could suck up so much oxygen and airtime that they can't even get Turley's answer in before the music to hit the out comes on. Holy smokes. But Sean, you're right. Again, I think what Turley said is what you were alluding to. So I guess it's going to take a lot of a smart legal counsel to realize, when was that last act, or when was it last continued, or is it still continuing to this day? Because the further it comes closer to present day and time, the larger the window is for people like the desk to go ahead and, seek justice.
Yeah, no, that's the point. And there are folks, I spoke to a guy last night. He's really smart, but I spoke to him last night as a litigator in New York, and he believes it's possible, nothing definitive, but it's possible that the last overt act may have happened a couple weeks ago, right? When folks were asked about it and they furthered the conspiracy, right? So it could be. Like public statements are kind of tough, right? You're bordering on First Amendment stuff, but sworn testimony, right? Under oath testimony, if you're lying to Congress about things in, let's say, 2021, 2022, or even if Congress wants to bring these guys in now, okay? And they further the conspiracy in front of Congress and say things that are demonstrably false. You have them online to Congress, but you also have them in furthering the conspiracy. So 18 U.S. Code Section 371 is the way to go. That's the best chance for charges. And then again, sedition, maybe, because there was a conspiracy to overthrow the government. But the question at that point is, are you outside of the window of that crime? Because those acts are more than 5 years old. So we'll have to see. But I think, what the heck is that? I think we will have to see. Somebody's trying to call me.
Uh-oh.
It ain't good. But we will have to see.
Isn't it 7
on the phone?
Isn't it 7 a.m. there? Who's trying to call you at 7 a.m.?
It could be the NSA.
Smart people.
Yeah. Government might be listening to Sean's headsets.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to that, by the way. We will get to that. There was a Kamala Harris on with Stephen Colbert last night. We will get to. I just want to play this really quickly. This is 22, Phil. I don't know if you guys saw this. At an amusement park in Saudi Arabia, a ride snapped in half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Oh,
this is why I don't do rides.
Phil, can you roll this, please? Go. Look at that. Up. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God.
Whoa. Looks like Stacey Abrams was on the road.
Yep. Too many fatzos. See?
The beast of the Southeast.
Oh my God.
Those kids just screaming.
I know.
And that ride does have a big cushion, the thing that comes down to hold you in.
Yep.
So you just see their feet, because now they're upside down.
Yep.
And they're trapped.
I sent that to my wife last night, and I said, now you see why I don't do these when we take the girls. She goes, don't you dare show them that video. It'll scar them forever. We'll be out of our Easy Pass and our fast track thing and everything else that we spend to get on the rides quicker.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT.
What were the injuries?
I don't know that. I don't know that. Maybe Phil, play it again. Phil, play it again. Just the video. If you could look that up, if there are any
looking
injuries.
up right now.
Doom.
Look at this.
Oh,
Boom.
Jesus! It looked like something goes flying too.
Yeah, was that a
I
person?
don't
It wasn't
think-
a person. It was like a shoe, maybe.
Yeah, shoe or a-
23 people injured is
Yeah.
the headline.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I didn't know they were allowed to have roller coasters in Saudi Arabia.
23 people.
See, that's why I don't do those things.
Yeah.
I don't go on. The only one I ever did was the Gravitron, where you sit in there and it spins and
Yes.
you get stuck
Yeah.
to the wall.
Yeah,
that's so
Those are fun.
cool.
Yeah, we should do like a Kayal and Company Dorney Park or Six Flags Day. And Sean and I will just wear fanny packs and drink lemonade. And everybody else can go on the rides and we'll wave to you.
I don't do rides either.
You don't either?
No,
You guys are such.
I'm a water park guy.
Petunias.
You know, I feel like that's safer and more fun.
Yeah.
You know, there's also
Rides are
less
a
people
thrill.
throwing up.
Don, you do rides?
Oh my God!
You put your. Are you like the hands up, eyes open?
Yes, I love the.
I don't mind
thrills.
rides like the Tower of Terror.
Yeah.
is a fun one. Like there's a few, but like water parks are the way to go.
Now, Tower of Terror is the one that looks straight out and they drop you straight down, right? That's Universal.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, you couldn't.
Yeah.
You could honestly, God, if somebody came to me with $10,000 cash, I don't think I could do it.
I've done it.
You wouldn't do that?
And
oh,
you're
it's so much fun. I'll take the 10K. Let's go.
Yes.
It's yours.
91 LSX, or my buddy says 3 dead. So
Oh.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know what he's seeing, but I'm just reporting what he's saying. So.
Theme park.
hope
I'm looking at it right now. They had, as of 6 hours ago. I don't see. I'll continue to look for it.
Okay.
I know that they had about 24 people suffering injuries.
It
so-
doesn't. As scary as it is, it doesn't look like. I don't know how somebody would die from that.
Yeah, it's only
you know
a
what I mean?
20-foot drop.
Yeah,
basically.
And to Dawn's point, they have those bars on with those cushions, so they're kind of protected a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But it was. They're saying it was. It was a malfunction. It was a technical.
Do you think
malfunction?
I think that one. I think that's a much. That part's obvious.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
It's like when T-Mobile would be like, can you send me a text? And I'm like, my phone's not working. And then they go, it looks like your phone is in malfunction. And I'm like, thanks. That's why I'm on the phone with you.
So, Sean, we started out the show this morning at like 6:01 with this clip. I found this astonishing. So, with Stephen Colbert and Kamala Harris last night, she was giving the story. He has this picture of her that's in her book that's coming out in September.
Forks out.
That she's on the phone talking to like voters or something like that, and it's a picture of her in like sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and she has the earbuds in, and she talks about how she doesn't use the wireless earpods for a reason. Roll this. That's me. Hang on. I'll roll. The NSA is spying on our wireless AirPods.
Surveillance state is comical to Kamala.
Snowden's
It's
like,
great.
can I come home now?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
With that.
So, by the way, so that not only was she, once again drunk on Stephen Colbert. Remember what happened the last time
high.
she was on Stephen Colbert? And what happened? Have you no empathy? Mom?
Oh,
That was the last
yeah.
time,
That's where that came
I
from?
certainly
It
hope-
was. Yeah.
I certainly hope there's enough space on the train for me. Right?
We will get to
but
all the accents. She has.
I have a new prop.
Somebody has a compilation of 107 different Kamala Harris accents. We will
That's
get to that
amazing.
after we play this. You have a new prop?
I do, but we have to play a clip from Nancy Pelosi, or maybe mention her because this is a Nancy Pelosi centric prop, and it's amazing.
This next question: who is the leader of the Democrat Party? What her answer on this is just
Barry.
hang on, at life right now. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're stepping away from that life right now.
Yep.
Who's leading the Democratic
She was
Party?
forced away.
Yeah,
She was-
exactly.
She was loaded into the
Yep.
like she was thrown out of that life like Hillary Clinton was tossed into the van like a sack of potatoes. Like this was stepping away. Like it was her choice.
Who's leading?
It means one of two things. Either it's Obama or they have so many cooks in the kitchen but not a true chef. It's one of the two,
She
right?
was almost president.
I know.
Like she was almost president.
76 million votes.
Yeah,
That's scary.
Like within 1.7 points. and she's writing a book.
Yeah.
No.
She's being
She
paid
did
to
not
act
write-
as if she wrote it.
There you go. She did not write anything. The woman who couldn't speak without the teleprompter, I don't think could write her name.
Yeah.
What's your name, Kamala? 32 days. Okay.
It comes out September 23rd for everybody in the audience that wants to pre-order right now.
Is it Politics and Pints?
No.
Oh, can you? Oh,
No, we would just
Come
have
on.
pint. It would just be pints.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Pints.
pints and pints.
Pints and Pies.
And if we get Kamala and
Pints
it's
and
just
pot.
pints, if I don't host it, I quit.
Pints and pot.
The
Don Senza came up with a new idea.
107 Days is the name of the book, which is how long her campaign lasted.
Look at that.
And if you
32
think,
days.
Yeah, there it is on YouTube. And then also coming out November 11th, Fetterman's book.
Oh boy.
Here it is, Unfettered. Nice.
Oh, come on.
Nice play on names.
Come on.
Unfettered.
And just to show you how bad Democrats are as selling books.
His is definitely a picture book. With like pop-ups.
This was from June 5th. The Jake Tapper book, in week 2 of its release, dropped 67% in sales. So it had about 17,000 sales.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
In its second week. 53,000 its first week. So it pretty much petered out. My guess is it's well under 100.
Do you think the publisher is like, boy, we gave them that big that big advance for that, and we did not make our money back?
You think they're regretting giving Joe Biden $10 million for his book, which is coming out?
100%.
And by the way, the binder, her book, currently on Amazon. Now, this is as of July 5th. It ranks 1,728,594th.
But the little engine that could is selling better.
Right. Goosebumps are selling better.
Everyone who knows how that. I think I can. I think everyone knows. Like,
I think I can. Good night,
But for these
Moon.
Democrats, it's not about the book sales. It's about the money they get up front. That's all they care about.
Right.
Absolutely. Stephen Colbert asked on why she is not running for governor. If you heard Jimmy Fail on with us yesterday, he said that it's because there's no money backing her. She met with all the donors and they're like, no, I think we're good. I think we're good.
You blew $1 billion.
Yeah, she gave.
Is what you're saying here?
No, I don't think she does.
She doesn't.
I don't think she does.
Too much Cabernet. Jonathan Turley had two epic tweets. He says, Colbert is having Harris next on his show as a guest. The host who lost $40 million a year interviewing the candidate who burned through over $1 billion in losing the election. It's like Bernie Madoff interviewing George Santos on not being appreciated.
By the way,
that's a terrific tweet. It's a banger. Yeah. It's not as good as Jimmy Fallon's tweet about the American Eagle ad, though. I have to say that's probably that's my favorite tweet of the week. Where I mean, just tremendous. I would ask my son, but he hasn't come out of the bathroom. I was like, Jimmy.
Yep.
You can't say that.
Could
but
be constipated. You never know.
Could be, yeah. Who knows?
By the way,
a bad chicken.
Is it interesting? Are you guys? Is it as interesting to you as it is to me that she decided because I believe that there's probably going to be a lot of viewers for this for late night TV. You know what I mean? When I say a lot of viewers, I mean, for late night TV.
Well, he was averaging 2.4 million, so he'll probably be above that.
He'll get a bump for this, in my opinion.
Yeah, with his base.
Is it interesting to you guys that she decided to do this show instead of any of the other late night shows?
No, I mean, it's the largest of the shows as far as viewership goes.
I get you.
Yeah. So you probably want to go where the most eyes are. Not on Seth Meyers.
Well, I mean, this day and age, she didn't learn this, obviously. But this day and age, there's a lot of left-leaning podcasts like that Midas Touch podcast that just beat Joe Rogan last week.
What's the one with the bros from the Obama administration?
Pod Save America.
Why doesn't she go on there?
Pod Save America.
That's my question. Is that she obviously didn't learn
nothing
from last time. That like going on late night TV is like it's like you're dead in the water. Go on some of these,
and it's also proof that she does not want to be in a more raw setting.
Agreed.
That is a very constrained setting.
Yes. And I'm sure, I don't know this for a fact, but I feel that the Colbert people gave her
everything up front.
100%.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Whereas a podcast wouldn't because they're, it's all kind of extemporaneous.
Yep.
On Joe Biden, Kamala Harris says this.
You saw Joe
go well, though. Do you remember when Kamala
Jill
Harris... Kamala Harris said, we've all had off nights. We've all had... Remember?
Oh, Jill said, Joey, you were fantastic.
Yeah. It's funny now that they're all saying, it was an off night. It was off night. According to Hunter Biden, he was on Ambien.
Is so done with cookie cutter politicians.
Yeah,
because that was just hogwash right there. That was just nonsense. I really truly believe, and I've said this so many times on the show, I believe Joe and Kamala hate each other.
Oh, 100%.
And I don't think he respects her one bit.
Yeah, I would agree with that. One more, then I'm done with this love fest.
By the way, for those wondering, we can't play the video because of YouTube and flagging with CBS.
Colbert gushes over the Harris debate with Trump. He says it's one of the greatest rhetorical performances I've ever seen. Kamala Harris's debate with Trump. This is, if you can't watch this, but this was obviously edited because that jump cut there was awful. So I would like to see, again, I get it. There's time constraints, but like just a full 60-minute, whatever, or however long that show is, just unedited.
How difficult?
Just keep it going.
Yeah. How difficult do you think it was to get to 107 pages if you're writing that book for her?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, she uses a lot of words, so if she did write it, it probably wasn't too difficult. But
honest to God, if it's not for the guaranteed money that they would have to pay that hack, I mean that thing should be snipped right now.
By the way, how can you say it was one of the greatest debate performances of all time if she ended up losing?
Right.
You can't go back and say it. I mean, at the time, maybe, okay. But like she lost.
I've never heard of a great debate in a losing effort.
Me neither.
Right?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. As a football fan, if you lose 49-47 and you sit there and you say, well, that's one of the greatest offensive performances we've ever seen before. Of course, we could never apply that to the Jets because they don't know how to score.
I was just about to say. I was about to say. First of all, if the Jets score 47 points and lose, I might be happy because that may be one of the rare times I say, you know what, there are moral victories in football. Maybe.
Yeah. I can't recall a debate going back in my lifetime in the last 25 years of watching debates as a young adult and now still a young adult at 41. 41 going on 13. I don't recall any great debates where somebody lost.
Well, Joe Biden. Joe Biden had a great debate against Trump. He answered all the questions. So
patching our jeans.
Forgot about that.
That's a good one.
What was that in reference to?
I have no idea.
I don't know. He was standing in front of a bridge, though, because I remember that he was like the world's just a patch in our jeans. You want to do what you're able to do. And then he stops and he just goes, it's never been a good bet. Nobody knew what the hell he was talking about.
I'm serious.
He just started yelling.
Yeah. He was on Ambien, Sean.
That's right.
Ambien.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all he was on, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did they find Ambien in the White House or was it cocaine? Definitely didn't look. Whatever coke he was taking, by the way, was definitely, not good.
Hey, YouTubers, youtube.com/@1210WPHT. Hit that like button. I see over 600 people watching and only 200 likes. Hit that like button right now. Come on, right now. Get on over there and hit that. Thank you.
Hit it hard.
Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. Jesus. Kamala Harris answers that question.
See, 2, I did not have her using capitulation and feckless in the same answer. That's really how you get to a point where you can write a book, Sean.
Yeah. She definitely studied her thesaurus. She thinks the thesaurus is a dinosaur. By the way, she thinks that's like a character from Jurassic Park. But she definitely learned some words. There's multi-syllables in those. So I'm proud of her.
I sense a new segment coming. Big words with Kamala.
20.
Yes.
Cut 20 here, Phil. Let's go back in time here and let's do the 107 accents of Kamala Harris.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm going to get into some business now. Okay. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. You all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
When we get this done together, my friend. Will I see people testifying? Can I get a witness?
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Uppercase T, uppercase P. The plan. We're expected to defend the plan.
Oh, the possibilities are immense. Whatever you want to do, you can do. I eat no for breakfast. It's not just a barbershop. We got these brothers out there. This one brother who's doing a lot of work on space.
My chitty is here. Let's get a ceasefire. There must be an immediate ceasefire.
I didn't know he could preach like that.
You better thank a union member. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. And I hope your family is okay and your home is okay. Have you no empathy, man? For the suffering of other people. Have you no sense of purpose?
I found it on my board, by the way. I found it.
Have you no empathy, man?
It was buried in the rest of my Kamala, but it was there. There you go.
There you go.
Can I get a booyah
That's
from the
good.
congregation? Just
Come
unbelievable.
on, HBCU brothers and sisters.
And then you have, we've talked about this as well here locally with Shapiro, where he all of a sudden starts to change the way he speaks. We've called out the Obama similarities.
Yep.
Man, it's awful.
Imagine if Trump did that.
Did he really?
No, could you imagine? Like if he was just down there, like in like Texas, and he just, well, this town ain't big enough for the two of us, right? Yeah. Not big enough for the. There's a snake in my boots.
Or if we went to an HBCU and
can you imagine? Yeah, can you do
he
Trump at an
started to, all my brothers, I'd use another word, but I'd get in trouble for it. Yeah. All my brothers. You're looking good out there, dog. You died like a dog.
You're looking good out there, dog. Yes, this is 21. Yesterday, Elizabeth Warren took a spill on the.
My God.
Oh, yes. This is
She falling horse. I love it.
The Pocahontas plunge.
YouTube.com/@1210.
This is why we call her Leanin' Liz Warren, right?
The Tower of Pisa.
She leans up against the desk.
Here it comes.
She's waving. She goes,
oh, down she goes.
I will say
What's
this.
the person in the wheelchair going to do? Come on.
I will say this. The first person to come over to her rescue, Senator Ted Cruz.
Yeah. Bipartisan support.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine
You
that.
lasso her up.
Yep.
You know. I'll help you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. The Pocahontas plot.
Leanin' Liz.
Yep.
One more time, Phil.
Yep.
One more time, Phil, please. I just love this.
Man.
Leanin' Liz is falling down my fit. Look at this.
Here it goes.
There's something sadistic about me.
Yeah, I love it.
Gone.
Right.
That's great.
Look at Ted. Ted,
Maybe she had too many beers.
YouTube.com/@1210.
Another ad for term limits.
WPHT. Speaking of drunk, a drunk Wyoming man steals an airport golf cart, then rides it down a moving walkway,
Greatest thing I've ever
shattering the glass from the railing. The incident unfolded at the Buffalo Niagara International Airport in New York around 1 a.m. This is 29-year-old.
Of course this happened in Buffalo. Of course this happened. These people are born sideways up there. Of course this happened in
This
Buffalo.
is after the Bills AFC Championship.
Cut 23. Yeah, it's a good. Is he a member of the Bills Mafia?
He might be.
This is 29-year-old Kevin Sinning was eventually stopped and arrested. Sinning was charged with third-degree grand larceny, second-degree criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, criminal nuisance, and criminal possession of stolen property greater than $3,000. Let's just roll this a little bit here. There we go. You can see. Look at that.
Is he on the flat moving thing?
It looks like he is.
He's like sideways, propped up, yeah.
This is Dawn riding the bike to Atlantic City.
YouTube.com/@1210 WPHT.
Now, I may or may not have driven a golf cart while intoxicated, but never through an airport.
It's pretty funny.
Never through an airport.
Oh, man. God, I love
Again,
stuff like this.
we keep talking about flying and the de-evolution of airports and airlines.
Yep.
You weren't getting this in 1950. Look at this guy.
Look at
Hysterical.
Would this qualify as a DUI?
Sure. Yeah.
It's drunk while operating a motor vehicle. It has a motor.
And he might be a military guy too. Look at the knapsack and the hat. He's pretty jacked. That could be one of our brave soldiers.
Well, no.
If that's the case, I give him a pass.
Nick brings up an interesting question because it's not out in the he's not on the road.
No, but those are I guess technically motor vehicles.
Well, he wasn't, according to what I'm reading, he was charged with third-degree grand larceny, second-degree criminal mischief, disorderly conduct, criminal nuisance, and a criminal possession of stolen property greater than $3,000. DUI is not one of them.
Maybe he wasn't drunk.
He might have just done that because he's from Buffalo. This is what stupid people do.
That's
okay?
a good point. Yes.
Yep. I know that like the baseline BAC in Buffalo is 0.17, but it's
Yeah.
Because what else do you do in Buffalo?
True,
What do you do?
right?
You eat wings.
It's cold.
What do you do at
snows.
Wings? You drink.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
throw yourself through a table on fire.
These people are shut in. They're shut in for 6 months of the year because they have lake effect snow.
Yeah.
These people are drunk year round.
like
I think
living-
Kamala Harris.
yeah.
Kamala Harris. She'd be sober. She walked in Buffalo. They would consider her like straight edge.
Yeah.
We need 50 more people right now to smash that like button. Can you be the 300th like? 50 more people right now. Smash that like button to be the 300 like. Maybe I'll give you a shout out.
Yeah, we need a load of likes, right?
I probably wouldn't.
The biggest load that we've seen.
A load of likes. Dawn, talk to us about Piazza, please.
Yeah, we got to talk about our friends from Piazza Auto Group. And we have some exciting news because Acura has just been named America's Best Value Luxury Brand in Kelley Blue Book's 2025 Consumer Choice Awards. They get the top award because of top performance, cutting edge tech, unmistakable style, all with long-term value that you can trust. So it's from the sporty Integra to the all-new ADX Acura, delivering more for your drive and for your dollar. Visit them, Piazza Acura, in Ardmore, Reading, or Westchester. You can always go online, piazzaacura.com, for all the special offers. They have some special offers, by the way, on there. PIAZZA, piazzaacura.com. Thank you, Piazza Auto Group. Tell them Dawn sent you.
At Crash Proof Retirement, we understand that out of all the threats to your retirement future, your health is the greatest. That's why our firm offers unique asset-based long-term care strategies to provide financial stability to our clients, like Donna McMacken.
70% of people will one day need long-term care. I went through this with my mother. I had to liquidate all of her assets and sell her house, and I don't want that for me. Should the need arrive, the long-term care policy that I have through Crash Proof covers $9,000 per month in care. Should I be fortunate and not have to use that, it goes to my beneficiaries. I've been with Crash Proof since 2013, and still I've never paid them a fee.
Schedule an appointment or register for our next event at Downingtown Country Club on August 20th, 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 13th. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits towards a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate a Virginia by Chef.
If something happens to you, what happens to your family? Will they struggle financially? Will they be able to afford the home you built together? With Ethos, you can get life insurance coverage in minutes. Get up to $2 million in coverage for as little as $2 a day. All online with no medical exam. Just answer a few health questions. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Rates may vary. Billed monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Don Stensland this morning at 10. Kayal and Company now on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT and the free Odyssey app.
8:33, live on a Friday morning. Nick, Dawn, Greg, and Sean. Fight Club coming up at 9:10 this morning as we continue with the cut sheet.
So I like to go to TikTok and just find crazy people doing crazy things. These people were mad because of the Trump administration's requirements now in order for you to get food stamps and stuff, you have to get a job. So this group of people decided to take to TikTok to show Trump a lesson, to give Trump a lesson in this by posting this 12-second video of their entire family looking to be in a motel. I don't know if they live there or what. Mm-hmm. Phil, roll this. There we go.
And they're giving the finger, the middle finger.
Yeah. Look at the size of those.
I'm Tom Bodett, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Size of them. Jesus, man.
I see the Frumpster in the middle's got pink dyed hair. Chubb's on the right looks like he's got the shaved side hair with the slick back look. Yeah, mom's got a lot of excess.
Yeah. I just like to see.
None of these people are hungry.
No.
I was just gonna say that, man.
No.
Like,
who needs Ozempic? As long as the government takes away their food stamps, they'll be healthy.
Yeah.
Probably afford to skip 1,400 meals.
Look, I'm just mocking what people put out there. They put it out there.
Yeah, they're the ones who put that on social media. So now I'm going to mock them because you got like Muffin Top up there. Just
Muffin
Top, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? This is like they actually took time to put together this. All the time that it took to put together this meme, this 12-second video.
Yeah.
They could have all been out looking for a job.
Yeah.
You could have applied to like 40 jobs on Indeed with the click of one button.
I know. Well, luckily most of them won't see the age of 40.
What are they trying to prove?
I'm not sure.
They're trying to move that they can move their arms. Sean, they need the presidential fitness test.
Yes, they do.
I mean, seriously,
that's just...
the one can barely even move her. She's trying to hold up her hand, her arms, and giving the middle finger.
Yeah.
So they're all standing there, not really moving, except it's like the movie, not WALL-E. Is it WALL-E? Yeah, where they're all up in space, and they're all like in that movie.
Yeah.
And so they're like all so big that they can barely just move their arm to give the middle finger.
You think
That's all the
you
movement.
think any of them can do the V-sit and reach?
By the way,
all four of them in that video.
Yeah.
If they are users on X, are people who do @Grok. Is this true?
Oh, isn't that the worst? Oh. It is.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a life hack. You want a life hack?
Yeah.
Block the Grok account on X. They can't do that to you anymore.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great idea.
So I blocked the Grok account.
That's awesome.
And I was like, good luck, everybody. And people were like, Grok, is it true? And then Grok doesn't respond.
If those four did a family shuttle run, who do you think would win if they were doing the school fitness test?
The shuttle.
By the way, 91 LSXer says, worst swingers night ever. Oh, God. Oh,
I just feel bad for the bed.
I know. What do you think that room cost?
Jesus, man.
I know.
I mean, you're not wrong when you say that looks like a Motel 6. I mean, look at that comforter. Look at those comforters.
Tom Bodetton's appalled right now.
Look at those comforters. I just like that they're like we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna put music behind it, and we're gonna
show him.
Yeah, we're gonna show
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Look at these fat people, by the way. They call them plus size. They call them fat people. Huge. Do you see the lady at the front of the bed? That's one of the 30,000-pound bunker busters.
The biggest load that we've seen.
Jesus, man. Oh, Jesus.
There's a special place where I'm going.
Yeah. This is cut. This is cut 12. It's Friday. I want to have a little fun. This woman has her 2 sons helping her steal clothes from Target. So somebody videotaped this. She literally, her and her family just walks out with like carts full. They try and confront her. She goes, I need to put clothes on my kids. It was like, I was like, oh,
this is typical Walmart behavior.
This is absolutely.
This is Walmart behavior. Sounds like, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Scratch Target off the list this year.
All right. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. By the way, for all the great content we're giving you, please hit the like button. All right, roll it.
Ooh, this lady in here stealing with her kids. Ooh, it's so obvious.
Don't touch us.
Don't touch me, my kids.
She had a gun?
Yeah, she had a gun.
Yeah.
Is that a gun?
Yes.
Yep.
That's armed robbery.
Look at
Abandoned cart 1. Go to cart 2. Cart 2.
My kids gotta go to school. I gotta do what I gotta do for my kids.
Okay.
I don't care. You better go on.
What an attitude.
I know. Entitled.
Hey, you can't steal. You better go on. I don't feel like going.
Look, she's going back.
Don't see
Yes.
your face and you going to jail. I don't care. Give me this, man. Let it go. Let it go. You better get out of here.
First of all,
You better get out of here.
Pause it for a second, and then back it up like 10 seconds. Where are the male employees to like take that cart, push it over, put her in some sort of a headlock?
And
something?
kudos to the lady in the purple shirt who apparently is a Target employee. Although I thought they were.
She?
I don't know if she is.
I
don't think they're employees.
Yeah.
Aren't they all supposed to wear the red vest?
Yes. Yeah. I don't think either of them are Target employees. I think they're just people like, no, you can't just steal. And she's like, my kids got to go to school.
The other one's like, come on, you're making all of us look bad.
Unbelievable.
Do this at Walmart.
I mean, the carts at Target are top notch, though.
Yeah.
The Target shopping cart is like the what's the Honeycrisp apple?
Yes.
It's the premier version.
Honeycrisp is.
I'll tell you what, Publix. You guys don't know what that is.
Oh, I do. Publix, in the South.
Publix. Down here in Tennessee, their carts have been on another level lately.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is that people in the South call them buggies.
Buggies.
Which makes me,
Yeah, make sure you put your buggy back in the...
I'll put your buggy back.
By the way,
I want to commit an act of violence every time I hear that.
Kohl's, if you go to Kohl's, they don't actually, like, their carts can't leave, like, there's a magnetic thing underneath.
It locks.
Yeah, it locks. Their carts can't leave the store.
Well, Aldi, you have to put a quarter in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Aldi, you have to use a quarter.
That's a great idea now. I have an idea.
Yeah.
Let's send the Jets to Aldi. This way they can finally get their quarterback.
Hey! Hickory dickory dock. Oh!
All right, Sean, hold on. You deserve one. Let me find the damn thing. Let me see where it's at. Give me 1 second.
There we go. Phil, this is only a 90-second video. Phil, can you start it over again? Because there's just too much gloriousness here. Roll it.
Ooh, this lady in here stealing with her kids. Ooh, it's so obvious.
Ma'am.
Don't touch us.
Don't touch us, ma'am. Don't touch me, my kids.
She has a gun.
Yeah, that's what I
She's
thought.
pointing a gun at that.
Move, ma'am. Can't walk out here.
So what you're seeing is a lady with a clear disability of one of her legs, elderly lady.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who's either a greeter or just a citizen trying to stop this.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't care. You better go on.
You better go on now.
Go ahead. Hey, you can't steal. You better go on, girl.
You better stay out of my business, girl.
They gonna see your face and you going to jail.
You know, those 5-subject notebooks, they're expensive these days.
You better get out of here.
Yeah.
There are two citizen ladies who are pulling the cart that's full of goods away, and the mom thief.
You better get off my basket. You going to jail. You better get off my basket. Y'all can have it. I'll give it to
You better get off my basket.
Abort!
Oh, her shoe fell off.
I got your face. Girl, get off my face, girl.
Get off my Facebook.
You better stop. Get off.
Yep.
And then
she pulled her gun out again.
And then she pulls out the gun. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So put armed robbery on there too.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my Lord.
Hey, man.
Wow.
Those binders these days, those T-shirts.
It's amazing.
It's not cheap, man.
This is an amazing piece of video.
Well, what's amazing about it, Greg, is that none of the employees are trained at all these stores
To just let them go.
to let them go and
Yeah.
not even confront.
I know.
And you have regular citizens, and the fact that she pulled that firearm and flashed it twice.
Yep.
Especially at an elderly woman who has a leg, whatever disability.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, I've been critical of these employers for advising them and saying we will fire you if you touch them or try to apprehend or be the good person. I'm going to take that back. They are only doing this because they know they will get sued, because we live in a world now where the prosecutors will go after the good person for stepping in and physically touching you, as opposed to prosecuting the original perpetrator, which in this case would be the binder bandit.
Absolutely.
It's also a safety thing, right? Like if the Target don't want to deal with an employee of theirs getting shot over somebody stealing a 5-ring, a five subject notebook, right? 5-ring binder. Damn, Bondi's excited. 5 rings. She thinks that it stopped at 3 rings.
And Kimmy and Michael Vespa are right. There are a lot of people on the YouTube chat saying they feel bad for the kids.
I agree.
I think it's a form of, to your points, a form of child abuse.
Yep.
Well, and it's also teaching a culture that when you grow up, you can do what mom did.
And by the way, get out of my mentions with you're racist. No, the woman filming it was black. One of the people trying to
the Good
stop
Samaritans
it
are
was
African American.
black. So stop with that.
Yeah.
Stop
Give me
with
a
that.
break with the race stuff.
It's
not racial.
It's bad behavior. Bad behavior is what we mock on the show.
No,
because it's ridiculous.
I think the best person is the African American girl who's clearly a young teen, like at 13, 14, and she's like, "You're going to go to jail and this and that." Yeah.
Was it racist when we mocked the guy driving the golf cart drunk in the airport? Because last time I checked, I believe, based on what I could see, and now correct me if I'm wrong because my eyes aren't great, the suspect was
a male, possibly white.
It was white.
Possibly white.
Yeah. And by the way, there are a ton
white
of
with a capital H.
Yes.
There are a ton of charities and nonprofits. If you genuinely like back to school, there are so many nonprofits that would help clothe these kids and get all their books and all that.
stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even if you want new stuff, there are a ton of nonprofits.
Yes.
Seriously, that would absolutely help these kids. And so the lesson and the kids are kind of like shuffling along. It's just terrible.
Have a semblance of self-dignity and pride, and just settle for the hand-me-down or the second-hand store, pre-owned, whatever you want to call it.
Nobody's doing that.
As opposed to stealing and saying, I got to do what I got to do. No, you don't.
Yeah, exactly. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Hit the like and subscribe buttons while you are here. We talked a lot this week about those two individuals that were beaten up. The woman knocked out cold in Cincinnati at that jazz festival. One of the mothers of the suspect, as Dawn reported earlier this week, that three suspects have been arrested, two guys and a female. One of the mothers of the suspect who beat up the white couple in Cincinnati spoke outside the court hearing yesterday saying there's more to the story. Her son only hit once, is the father of 5 kids, and is an honor student.
He's in his 30s.
An honor student where?
And he's a B student. I've never heard of a B honor roll.
Well, Sean posted something on X last night that I want to get to.
Yeah.
But let's. Yes.
Yeah, I saw you post that.
Yeah.
That's a good find by you, dude.
Phil, if you could, Phil, go on Sean's X feed and get that screen grab that he posted last night. But first,
you're going to have to scroll past my
my apology that I wrote to myself on behalf of the internet.
Oh, about
Dear
Candace.
Sean,
Yeah.
you were right about Candace Owens. Sincerely, the entire internet. I did that to troll people,
Yeah.
and it worked.
By the way, you were 100% because now she's claiming that Brigitte Macron died, and this
Yep.
is a body double, right?
Yep, she passed on her identity like a Costco membership. You may now shop at Costco.
Right.
You may now be Brigitte Macron.
Can you imagine?
I'm just saying. People, they looked at it. They're like, no, stop going at Candace. How dare you? I was like, no, I'm going to keep going at Candace because she's effing nuts. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, people.
Well, yeah, Candace keeps accusing Bridget of being
a male, possibly white.
All right, let's get to this. Sean, we all knew you were correct, but there are still dummies out there who are going to be like, everything she says is correct. You just don't know.
Well, Sean's paid by the Jews.
Yeah, that's right.
The Jews are paying Sean.
The Jews are paying Sean,
Yes,
right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I'm still waiting for those checks.
Yeah.
I don't know where APAC, if you're listening. I got to call my my speaking of the Jews real quick. It is too hot. So whichever Jew it is that is in charge of the weather, because apparently they are, if you ask Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, turn it down a little bit. All right? It's too hot.
She
all
did
right?
apologize.
I don't know who
for
it is.
You should come up here, man.
I'm
It's
not
68 today.
No. I'd rather be hot. Yeah. You know, love you guys, but Philly, didn't somebody just steal a bunch of meat?
Yes.
In Philly like not too long ago.
Dawn reported that. Yeah,
Heist.
we were saying you should have been on the show that day because it didn't happen on a Fair Friday.
It's too hot. So
Schmuck
whichever Jews are controlling the weather, they're not controlling it enough.
I know.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right, so this is the mother from one of the suspects who beat up that couple outside the jazz festival in Cincinnati. Roll this. This is this video courtesy of WLW-TV, the NBC affiliate in Cincinnati. Roll it.
More to the story. Here's what Montiana's Merriweather's mother had to say outside of court.
These Russians was walking down the street.
Hang on.
Russians?
Hang on. These Russians was walking down the street. So wait a minute.
Are these the same Russians that Tulsi talked about in her latest report?
Oh, for God's sake.
Sean, are they Russian Jews?
They're Russia,
Come full
right?
circle.
They're Russia.
So
everybody's Russian. If you have White Castle, you're Russian to the bathroom. I can tell you what.
So this is a conspiracy now, Russia and
Yeah, I guess.
oh my lord.
It is.
Are they saying that they're illegals?
Yeah.
Hey, we've got illegals from a lot of different countries and continents.
Yeah. All right, start it over.
More to the story. Here's what Montiana's Merriweather's mother had to say outside of court.
These Russians was walking down the street, and on the video, he said, "You want to mess with these Russians?" And he smacked the first guy, But it wasn't like they thugs. My child is in school. He had 5 kids. He's on the B honor roll in school.
He's in school with
And
5 kids.
he's not the thug that they put out in there to be.
The B honor roll.
He's
the B honor roll.
Not the A honor roll.
Not A.
I used to
you have
give.
5 kids in school?
Well, he's in his mid-30s, Sean. To be fair.
He could be in night school. He could
In
be
the
in
ninth
could be in
grade.
law school.
He's in the ninth
Got 5 kids.
No, I'm kidding. I was.
They redshirted him.
Did the reporter they redshirted him?
He's a redshirt 30-year-old. Be playing at Penn State this fall.
Oh my God.
You're home for Nittany Lion football. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
YouTube.com.
Did the reporter ask,
Yeah,
ma'am,
good.
how does your son have 5 children, but
Yes.
also how is he in school?
Yeah.
It took him till 30 to reach the honor roll. Oh my God.
He got there before Kamala did.
Guys, he's not the thug.
No.
He's not the thug that everybody's reporting that he is.
No, he just
So-
beat the crap out of Russians
Yeah.
randomly in a street, on a street in Cincinnati.
Did you see
Who
the-
they?
So her son is the one that punched the lady with the caved-in eye socket?
I don't know that. I don't know that to be true.
Yeah, we don't know that.
He's the one. One of the kids is one that punched one of them. So
Right.
I don't know if it's the
Well,
one
I
that punched
keep
the
it,
lady or not.
and we heard this from the Cincinnati chief of police saying what you see on the internet is only one version. It's taken out of context, which is a fair statement to make. We talked about the ICE agent on that bridge. The angle matters, the point of view. We don't know. Well, then if that's the case, then release whatever the full video is.
Yep.
to you for the chief to make that claim, she must have seen a different version than what all of us have seen on social media.
Yep.
Then share the full thing. Again,
Agreed.
transparency.
Agreed. And it's always these parents. It's always they're always victims. It's always it's not my fault. It's the system. It's this. It's that. It's the other thing. One of those guys laid out a female.
Yeah,
like
one punch.
Yeah. Sean,
But she was a Russian
Her
girl.
face.
Sean,
Yeah.
did you see her face, the black and blue, and it was
yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah.
It was absolutely
Can't
horrendous.
say that.
She
Can't
was
say
a
that.
puppet. She
Can't
was
say
a
that.
puppet for
Can't say
Putin.
that.
Sorry.
She had a bruise of color. Just got it. And blue.
I mean, I don't know what you have to do to resort to. I mean, unless that lady, pulled out a gun and was ready to shoot him, you don't hit a female.
Yeah.
Do we have to go through that exercise again?
Apparently we do. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Hit the like and subscribe buttons while you're here. Surveillance video releases a video in Fairfax, Virginia of a migrant abducting a girl in a mall. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is cut 2, Phil.
He's just here for a better life? Is that
yeah,
what the deal
yeah.
is?
Cultural enrichment, I think is what it's called, Sean.
Got it.
Roll this. This
Girl
is...
walked out.
Look
Watch
at this.
closely.
Look at this
He
poor girl. Oh, my
followed
God.
shortly behind her and then casually picked her up.
Oh, for God's sake.
He
kidding
walked
me?
out of view and into a nearby store with the little girl in his arms. News
Are
4
you
obtained
kidding
a
me?
criminal complaint. It said the girl's father was in the play area with her sibling and didn't realize she'd walked out. Her mother actually happened to be in the store that the suspect wandered into. She noticed the man with her child, confronted him, and he gave the girl up and took off. Fairfax County Police eventually arrested him. His name is Andreas Caceres Jalden.
There we go.
Of course it is.
And Chris Van Hollen calls him a mall man.
The only thing he's just a mall man.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm surprised about is
Yeah.
that he doesn't have more names.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Surprised anybody would be at a mall.
We have a joke. My wife and I have a joke. When we talk about these guys, because I usually read the names, whatever it's for whatever
Yeah.
reason. It's a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. But she's like, this is like the song John Jacob Jingle Irishman. It's like, Juan Martinez Rivera Hernandez. His name is my name too.
Well, if you can have four, if you can have 4 pronouns, why can't you have 4 names?
We hit a 5-bagger the other day. 5.
Wow. Wow.
I thought it was 5 different people. One
Yeah.
person,
Yeah.
5 names.
Well, the dude who set fire, I guess I have to say allegedly, to that state senator in Virginia had 4 or 5 names too. Shotzi and Buck, and he had
But he wasn't one of those. Like he didn't come from somewhere else.
Yeah, I know.
It was like Lee.
Yeah.
Lee
He's just a
Bucks,
homegrown moron.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, he's just a homegrown.
Yeah, and this is from NBC4 in Washington D.C.
Yep.
By the
I
way,
know. But that is terrifying. As somebody who has a child that's 5,
right,
and loves humans and will go up to anybody.
And
you know
the
what I
scary
mean?
part of it is he picks her up as if it's his child.
I know.
So if you're an innocent bystander, you're not suspecting any foul play.
Can you imagine?
Well, it's like that.
But they got the girl
like
back, right?
Dulcie.
He didn't leave the mall.
No.
Right.
Well,
luckily
Yeah,
the
why-
mother was shopping,
Coincidentally.
in the and saw her. It's like hopefully she went over there and decked him, but I'm sure she didn't.
Right?
Can you imagine?
No.
That's like little Dulcie, the little girl who
Yep.
disappeared from the South Jersey park. I mean, it's terrifying.
That's terrible.
This is this wife of an illegal detained by ICE in Texas says her husband didn't seek citizenship for 22 years due to his pride. It was it was pride was the reason that she didn't seek he didn't seek citizenship. 17, Phil.
Just stay down, or I have to get up and I have to show my babies. You fight for what's right. You fight for the people that you love.
Sakia Niles is forced to fight because her husband is currently in ICE custody.
My husband is in Lubbock right now because of the big hailstorms. He has a roofing business, and so he's there to do roofing jobs. And he was pulled over immediately by the sheriff for supposedly a traffic stop. Immediately once he was pulled over, an unmarked car showed up with ICE agents that got out, removing him and the other gentleman.
He was turned over to ICE for not having a license.
She's pounding on her boob.
He was transferred to a detention center in Eden near San Angelo.
He says it's completely packed full of so many people, obviously, that they are just shoving in there. And it's a complete chaos.
What was your main message to your husband when you talked to him that you wanted him to know?
I'm fighting for him. I'm going to get you out. I'm doing everything in my power.
If somebody's watching today and says,
well, he was in the country for 22 years. Why did he wait so long to get a citizenship? What would you say?
Good question.
I pushed for it years ago when she was born, almost 7 years ago. And he's like, but I don't want it to look like that's why I'm married to you. And, maybe even a part of his pride, too.
Pride.
Was what stood in the way. But
Sure.
never because he didn't want it to look like, he's using his country for that.
What a dummy. Listen to your wife. Dawn, women are right. The wife was advising him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't listen. Now he's up, what's creek.
Yeah, I mean, so she's a U.S. citizen, and they have 3 kids, and he works. I don't understand why anybody would have put it off. Why wouldn't you just go for it?
Pride, Dawn, pride.
I don't think it's pride. I think the truth is, if you get into the system like that, if he had gone forth, they would have said, yeah, you got to go out of the country to come back in. I think that's a piece of the problem with the system.
Yep.
And so, and also it is costly.
Yep.
And you are required to make all of these it's a big pain in the neck, quite frankly.
Yep.
And nobody wants to do that. So that's what's going on here. I mean, so the question is, now he's going to get thrown out, and that what's this mom and her kids who have a nice home, that he had a nice living, obviously. And so now she's going to go on welfare or whatever.
Yep.
She's got a little baby that she's obviously breastfeeding and stuff. So it's a mess.
Yep. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. We need 50 more likes to hit 400. So I need 50 people right now. Get on over there, hit that subscribe and like button. Be the 400th like for today's program. We have a lot more. Plus Fight Club coming up in 10 minutes. Stay there.
Hey, Daydreamer. Did we catch you thinking about your dreams? With Wells Fargo Premier, a team can help you plan for them. So let's imagine your biggest dream. Not the easy one, the one behind it. The one you work towards every day and every night. Can you see it? Then we can help you plan for it. Ready to start planning for your dreams? You can at wellsfargo.com/getpremier. You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Hey, it's Rich Zioli. When it comes to protecting your home, trust matters. Trust is everything. That's why I use and only recommend Emmons Roofing and Siding. They've been doing it right for over 35 years. Emmons is family-owned, local, and reliable. So whether you need roofing, siding, windows, or doors, Emmons has you covered. And as an Owens Corning Platinum contractor, they offer lifetime warranties on the roof. So call 855-4Emmons or visit callemmons.com today. Peace of mind is just a call away. Tell them I sent you.
Pastor Brad Lacey here, First Baptist Church, Conshohocken. Join us Saturdays for the great message and be blessed. 5 a.m. right here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhaus with Investor Schooling. Listen, I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com and take a complimentary class this Thursday, and I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Mazda Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Hey, it's Rhea. Drive in style this summer with a new Lexus from Lexus of Cherry Hill during the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. With over 300 new and L-certified pre-owned Lexus vehicles, you'll find the perfect ride for your summer adventures. Veteran-owned, family-operated, and elite of Lexus dealer, and a 7-time J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence for the customer sales experience. Talk to Tony Labello and his team. They'll get you into the Lexus of your dreams with some of the best deals of the year.
For J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence information, visit jdpower.com/US-DOE.
You know you have pride in your team when you offer a guarantee for the life of your roof. That's right. For decades and thousands of roof installations, the award-winning team at GP Martini lives for roofing. That's why homeowners trust GP Martini to protect their largest investment. Whether you're considering an asphalt, shingle roof, metal roof, or even a solar roof, you can trust GP Martini Roofing. Visit martiniroofing.com. There's probably a satisfied GP Martini customer in your neighborhood. martiniroofing.com. Viking, dedicated to creating travel experiences for the thinking person, with programs designed for cultural enrichment on board and on shore. Discover more at Viking.com.
Free speech lives here on Odyssey's #1 talk station. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Oh, we have made it. It is that time. 9 o'clock, fourth and final hour on a fairish Friday. As 19 hours down, 1 to go, and it's usually the last hour where the wheels fall off. But we like it that way. Controlled chaos is how it's dubbed. You think we're just spitballing and shooting from the hip? This is all scripted, folks. It's like professional wrestling. Fight Club, 6 minutes from now.
The Pod Save America bros, we mentioned them earlier. They're urging Democrats to turn on Israel.
I thought Democrats already did turn on it. I thought they were pro-Gaza to begin with.
Let me ask you guys this: Do you think that you think the Democrats should listen to these guys, or do you think that they should not? If you were advising them,
I think Democrats should listen to everything that we say about how absurd they are.
Yeah.
And whatever they're planning on doing, just do the opposite.
I get you.
Yeah.
All right, the Pod Save America bros, go.
I don't think Democratic candidates should take money from AIPAC or vote to fund military support for Israel. And that especially includes, I think, the next Democratic nominee for president.
There has to be a total mindset change in the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
When the war ends, we are not going back to the pre-October 7th status quo. The Biden era, hug Bibi Netanyahu strategy has to be thrown in the trash can for ever.
Wow.
Well, then I guess you're going to see an even bigger civil war divide within the Democrat Party, because you already have the far-left progressive faction, which controls almost everything within that party, and they are absolutely pro-Palestine. So I'm a little confused. Is he just talking about common sense Democrats? Because the far left is already anti-Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about the party as a whole.
I do
needs
too.
to be the party of anti-Israel. And I think the reason why is because the quote-unquote woke right, the dissident right, will wind up joining the Democrat Party and joining their ranks over this issue alone, because they're single-issue voters and they care the most about it. So they are actually, I believe they're courting people who are dejected and upset with the right because of the Zionist or pro-Israel stance that many on the right have. I think that's a strategic move. I think it's smart from a numbers perspective, but it's disgusting to take the side of terrorists for political purposes. But I think that's exactly what's going on.
So when you say this, let me ask the question, because I know you've been triggering the Candace Owens fan base on X. Are you implying that a Candace Owens type, or even Candace Owens herself, would vote Democrat?
I think there are people that will follow, let's say, the Nick Fuentes of the world, the Jake Shields of the world, that they live and die and breathe anti-Israel. And really it's anti-Jew, but they say it's anti-Israel. I think people like that will look at, these are some of the people, Nick, that have been praising Zohran Mamdani, because he did not say, he did not say positive things about Israel, and was one of the only, Democrats in the New York primary, the mayor primary, that didn't say nice things about Israel. I absolutely believe that people like that will vote Democrat over this one issue. Absolutely. This is why we call them the woke right, because these are actually leftists who happen to, by accident, vote for MAGA and folks on the right, or at least they did. Okay, you had the Haji twins who came out and referred to Blair White, who is a biological male, as a female, right, on their show. This is our girl, right? Okay, no, it's not. The reason why they did that is because he also doesn't like Israel. So the enemy of the enemy is my friend. Now, Blair White is a so-called conservative and a right-wing person, but suffers from this gender dysphoria that we mock people like Dylan Mulvaney about. We say Dylan Mulvaney will never be a woman, and yet we're referring to other men as women, right? So the woke left, men can be women. The woke right, men can be women. Yeah. It is a real thing. Yeah. And people want to say, it doesn't exist, it doesn't make sense. It's a real thing if you're paying attention.
You mentioned Mamdani. Let me ask you this, as New York being your former hometown. I looked it up just now. 12% of New York City's population is Jewish. Do you expect a sizable portion of New York Jews to vote Mamdani as Democrats?
It depends on how much they know about him. I think those New York Jews, Andrew Cuomo has spent a very, very long time courting that community, and I think he thinks that may be his path to victory. The moderates and the Jewish community in Manhattan, and if Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo can work out a deal, we'll see come election time. If Adams and Cuomo coalesce, he's got a shot. It doesn't really matter when it comes to Sliwa because there's not a lot of New York Republicans that would ever vote for Andrew Cuomo anyway. Right. But if Adams and Cuomo coalesce, he's got a chance, and it will probably be on the backs of many moderates and many Jewish Democrats in the city.
Wow. Interesting. We have to get to Fight Club. We're going to do Fight Club, and then we're going to do the fight of the week. But I just want to preview this because I'm dying to get Dawn's take on this because the Daily Beast had to retract an article. And I want to get Dawn's thoughts on this because James Carville actually doubled down on this. And I'm wondering if he's the next to have some sort of cease and desist or lawsuit against him.
I hope so.
We will see that we'll do this right after Fight Club.
Kayal and Company Fight Club.
You're looking for a fight. I am looking for a fight.
Fights will go on as long as they have to.
We know fights equal ratings.
You got knocked the out, man.
Fight Club on this Friday, sponsored by Tri-County Auto Group. 3 locations, 1 priority. You visit tricounty.com. Tricounty.com. Visit them today. Tell them you really love the support that they give for Fight Club because we wouldn't do this without the support of Tri-County Auto Group, tricountyauto.com. Okay, so this happened. I think this was some sort of a fight that the bouncers tried to get involved in, and these bouncers go buck wild. Can I say that? Buck wild.
Yeah.
It's females involved, it's males involved. You get a hodgepodge of a bunch of different things. This looks like it happened at some sort of a restaurant. Always like the restaurant brawls. All right, Phil, roll it.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's a bouncer.
Yeah, that's a bouncer who's swinging.
Yeah.
Is he strapped on his leg?
Strapped. Yeah, he's got everything.
Yeah,
he's got a
he's got the whole thing going for him here.
Look at this guy. He's taking everybody out.
Look at that.
Yeah. One-man gang. Yep. Paul Heyman's recruiting him right now.
He's just going, women.
It's like Bronson Reed.
It's Big Bronson Reed, yeah.
That's Big Bronson Reed.
And the other security guard that comes in, he's no lightweight either.
Man.
Jeez.
Roll that
What kind
one
of
more time.
restaurant needs security
bam,
like this?
Bam. Look at that. Bam. Bam.
Yeah.
Puts Roadhouse to shame.
Man. Yeah, look at that.
Chicks are getting it. Dudes are getting it.
He makes throwing people down.
Yep. Look at this.
YouTube.com/@1210 WPHT to to see that video.
I've never seen a restaurant with security.
Gentlemen.
My name.
My name.
Audience of 3. What type of restaurant? I've never been in a restaurant where I've seen security.
Yeah. 91 hours.
Not just security, but the security's wearing Kevlar.
Right. These are the guys
Yes.
that should be protecting Trump.
Yep.
Yeah.
91 LS Extra says, imagine going to an establishment like this. Exactly. Where you, like, they literally have armed security. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? It's unbelievable.
God almighty.
Wow.
Great
That's
ad.
a good one. That's a good Friday.
A great ad for Uber
That
Eats.
is a good Friday.
So, Sean, we were debating earlier, and hat tip to Josh. Josh on YouTube suggested this. Apparently others, I think Kevin Pools said that he suggested it too. I didn't see that. I just saw Josh's this morning. He said that because YouTube only lets you, and X does this too, it only gives you 4 choices. And we have 5 days in the week, so 5 fights, so we always have to leave one out. He suggests that we do 4 fights Monday through Thursday, and Friday we just do the best fight of the week. Since you're our Friday guy, what are your thoughts on that? I like the Friday. Some of the Friday fight clubs are the best.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to fights equal ratings,
Thank
right?
you.
So therefore, more fights equals more ratings. So I would say
natural.
you're gonna have to do it, and then people will get offended that their fight lost. Or perhaps what you do. This I got it. I solved the problem.
He has it,
but maybe I didn't really solve the problem.
Okay.
Now, on Thursday, you hold a preliminary poll. Which one should be eliminated?
And like
then
Survivor.
to the final round. But then people are going to say, "But what if the Friday fight isn't as good as the ones that they just voted for?" But you could have like a bracket style tournament, or like an elimination. If you get to Thursday and you say of these 4, which one?
Whatever makes Phil's job more difficult, let's do.
I mean, or just roll with how it's been.
Yeah. Sean, Sean, you're natural at this, my friend. All right, let's do
They call me a very smart person. They call me
true.
highly respected and highly intelligent.
It's absolutely true. By the way, there's over 700 people watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button.
700's are big numbers right there.
I know.
We love the ratings, right? They do a tremendous job.
Sports radio like
hit
numbers.
that hard.
Thank you very much. All right, let's do this.
Kayal Company,
Thank you, Jimmy
Friday, Fight Club 5.
Yep.
Your chance to vote for the fight of the week. And remember,
Thank you.
fight equal ratings.
Yes, they do. Sean is actually here on the best day of the week because we get to go through all of the fights. Let's start with Monday, shall we? This happened at one of those urban air trampoline places.
This is a trampoline park.
Yeah.
She's thrown on the trampoline.
Yeah, look at this.
Could have bounced it.
She has the chair. You might say, well, she might not throw it, Sean.
Metal chair.
Metal chair. She might not throw it, Sean. You would be wrong, my friend. Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
She threw
Right
that
at
far.
Yeah, and then don't worry. It picks up. Business is about to
here
pick
we
up.
go.
There we go. Look at that.
Yep.
Look at this.
There goes the stool. The slobber knocker, folks.
imagine?
Look at this.
Can you imagine?
You just want to
What a
jump
trampoline
around.
park. They should have fought on the trampolines, though.
Maybe it's the kids that don't need to get it out of their system, but it's the adults.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Can you imagine? You just want to go take your
go.
family. You just want to go take your family to a place. You want to let your kid burn off some steam.
Yep.
Sean, and this.
Yeah.
This
is what takes place.
Animal-like behavior. Look, he's stomping on his head.
Yep.
Like
Come on now.
Like
Is that a
old,
he?
Like old Randy Orton.
Oh, yeah, that is a guy.
Yeah.
Complete disregard for human life.
The legend killer.
Wow.
All right, Urban Air Monday.
This was Tuesday. This was the wheelchair crackheads.
What?
Watch this, Sean.
Oh, you're not. Oh!
Yep. I like that one. Yep. Look at this guy. Oh, he's going to run over, put the wheel
Wait
over
a
his
second.
head.
He just kicked him with his foot.
I know.
Yeah.
And he's rolling on
One good foot.
And he's rolling on his fanny pack.
Yep.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yep.
Imagine getting beat up by a guy in a wheelchair.
Yeah, you don't recover from that.
All right,
You don't recover from that.
Before you play this next one, Phil, let me give a warning to everybody watching. There is some bare boobage here. So if you have kids or whatever like that, you don't want to see that. This happened outside of a club or outside of a restaurant or something like that. Roll this. There we go. YouTube.com/. There we go.
Yep. Hood over the head.
Yep.
Can't see. Tube
Whoop,
top.
there goes the tube
we
top.
go.
There it
goes.
As we established
girls.
earlier this week.
Boobs and money, money and
Yep.
boobs.
Boobs and money.
We got half of it right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, and
Look
then
at the guys just standing there.
I know. Well,
they're having the time of their life.
I know.
I got to be honest. If it's not my sister or wife or anybody, and it's just two women, I'm probably just, especially if one's lost their top, I'm just going to sit there and hang out.
Thursday was the plane. We use this, Sean, as a way to show that
There we go.
we can't have why we can't have nice things.
Yep.
This
Is
plane.
this Frontier Airlines, otherwise known as the Walmart of the skies?
Could be.
Probably.
Carnival is the Walmart of the seas.
Yep.
Frontier is the Walmart of the skies.
As you see again,
Those seats look too nice to be Frontier.
Yeah.
It's a good thing the chick in the pink didn't have her shirt ripped off.
It's true.
Did you see the one in Europe, the Aloha snack bar guy on the plane?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was bad.
I'm telling you, there's something about being in that condensed tube that just triggers human beings.
Mm-hmm.
We lose all patience in there.
My goodness.
All right, so you have the so we can only put 4 up on YouTube. So
we're skipping today's selection.
I guess
with
no Fridays in there. We're skipping Tuesdays. We're skipping the wheelchair crackheads. Wow,
Oh, really?
Man, I don't know about that.
Well, who made that decision?
That was Phil.
Hey, H-Share, you take creative control on Saturday nights.
How about this? If you think it's Tuesday, the wheelchair crackhead, put that in the YouTube chat. You can put that in the YouTube chat, or tweet us, or call us, whatever you want to do. Let us know so we can add that to the total. But fight of the week: Monday, the trampoline; Wednesday, women outside; Thursday, on the planes, a plane; Friday, the bouncers in that restaurant or club, whatever it was.
Bouncers.
All right, Phil, Phil, Nick, I'm starting with you, my friend.
Boy, this is tough.
It was. It's a good
one this week.
This is a good week.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm just going to work my way through this workshop it live. Urban Air is out.
Okay.
Boobs is still in the mix. Airplane, we're seeing too much of. I'm all airplaned out.
Yeah.
It's either boobs or bouncers or bouncing boobs, depending on how you want to look at it. You know what? To show I'm not sexist, give me the boobs.
The boobs. So
give me the boobs.
This is a theme.
Yeah.
Because
it's the Wednesday rack
pro
attack.
boobs.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we know.
Wednesday rack attack.
The Wednesday rack attack. If I was the New York Post headline writer, that would be the caption.
Rack attack.
All right, the only female on the show giving us some credibility, Dawn Stensland. What is your vote for fight of the week this week?
The man in the wheelchair.
The wheelchair one. Okay,
Yep.
I like that. That's not
wheelchair crackhead.
That's not available on the thing, but
Of course, she would take the one that Phil omits.
You would put that. You can put that on
Wheelchair
there.
man.
A lot of people. Newman Price says the wheelchair. Mike Miller says the
Good.
wheelchair. Linda Valdez says the wheelchair.
Woohoo!
Land of Pod says the wheelchair. Sharon Kennedy says the wheelchair. We might actually say the wheelchair wins. Like all of these people.
Good. I said make Phil's job difficult.
You can tweet us too at Greg Soccer, at Nick Kayal, and Sean. Let's go to you.
You know, I'm torn between the airplane and the bouncers.
Yes.
But I mean, Urban Air. The only reason why I would go with Urban Air is because she tossed the stool a very long way. Like sign her up for the Jets. She's got a good arm. I'm going with bouncers though, because he just came out swinging and it was impressive.
That would be Friday. I'm going to side with Nick, and I'm going to do the women fighting outside because, again, I'm sexist and boobs and money, money and boobs. There's boobs involved, so I'm going to vote right now. I'm going to say women outside. Go vote. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. But a lot of people are voting for the. I'm going to have to tally these all up. Actually, Phil or Jim, one of you guys, go through there. Go through the YouTube
But make
chat.
sure nobody's voting twice.
Yes.
Right.
Go through the YouTube chat and see how many people are have chosen the Tuesday selection, so we can add that up. So we'll take the number of voters, and then we'll take that and we'll give them a percentage, so we can do that.
And to do that, you take the total number of those that you've added up divided by the total votes.
Thank you.
And that will compute the percentage.
Thank you very much.
Wheelchair may have won this write-in campaign. This is unbelievable.
Unreal.
It's a write-in campaign.
I mean, it's a good
campaign.
fight. There's no doubt.
Yep. The Daily Beast had to remove an article about
Shame.
Melania Trump. We will get to all of that on the other side. Nick, do you have something here? No.
I do not have anything,
All right, okay.
but I will let Dawn get her pound of flesh when we come back.
There we go.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-885-9700. 800-885-9700. That's 800-885-9700.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/radio to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/radio for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop to opt out.
Ugh, why does my bank always charge me fees?
That's because your bank is trash. Ever heard of Current? You could get a paycheck advance up to $750 if you qualify.
Wait, $750? Like before payday?
Exactly. It's your money, just early. Set up an eligible direct deposit. See if you qualify, and that's it.
So what's the catch?
No catch. No overdraft fees, no annual fees. And you can build your credit without falling into debt.
Wow, I needed this like yesterday. What do I do?
Text them. That's it.
To get started with Current, text early to 323232. That's early to 323232.
Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group and or Cross River Bank, both members FDIC. Paycheck advance provided by Fineco Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC insured bank. Product eligibility, availability, and performance may vary and are subject to change at any time. Using your credit card responsibly may allow you to improve your credit score. For details on costs, terms, and conditions, visit current.com or call 1-888-851-3177.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Let's talk about your health. You need to undergo complex dental surgery. I'm talking the whole 9 yards, implants, crowns, etc. Are you really going to trust just any pop-up dental chain, or do you want the best of the best? When it comes to complex dental surgery, for over 12 consecutive years, Dr. Mike Veneria Dental has been recognized by his peers as a master of complex, masterful dentistry. Dr. Mike treats other doctors. The experts call Dr. Mike the expert. You want a dentist who actually cares about your health, and with Dr. Mike, it's not about cost, it's about care. His compassion and commitment to your health is his top priority, and that is why Dr. Mike is a dentist the entire Zioli family trusts. When it comes to your health, including your dental health, that's never the time to cut corners. You want the best and only the best. So make your appointment to see him today and get a free dental implant consultation. If you already had an estimate for one, get a second opinion. It's worth doing. 856-786-2020, BenariaDental.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louis found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louis has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louis.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Cancer. Chances are, if you've been diagnosed with cancer either recently or in the past, you probably wonder where to turn and what to do. What you can do is contact Dr. Molly Fantasia and her medical staff at Innovative Medical Associates. There is so much that Dr. Molly can do and have done with patients now and in the past. Whether it's boosting your immune system or helping you navigate the difficulties of any type of cancer diagnosis, Dr. Molly and her team can help. The initial consultation is complimentary, and you'll find it will be a very enlightening experience. Contact Innovative Medical Associates at 856-489-0505 or visit them on the web at innovativemedicalassociates.com. That's innovativemedicalassociates.com. Cancer, it doesn't have to be the end. It is only the beginning when you contact Innovative Medical Associates. And don't forget to listen to Dr. Molly Fantasia on the program Health Watch, heard every Sunday live from 8 till 9 a.m. and again from 4 till 5 p.m. on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
928, Kayal Company.
By the way, Sean, I think somebody on the YouTube chat is after you. His handle is Ranger Stink.
Oh, who do we have here now?
No, it's a guy on the YouTube chat with the handle Ranger Stink. He's just putting in his vote for wheelchair. So he wants to vote for wheelchair, but I'm assuming it's probably one of your people.
Yeah, it can't be Ranger Suarez.
Rangers, I don't know. Let's see. Because they do stink. They didn't score runs again yesterday, which is interesting. They keep trying this whole thing.
Right.
Maybe, can we win if we don't score a run?
Yeah.
Like that, you can't win a baseball game if you don't score a run. I thought they figured this out since this is the 11th time they've been shut out this year, but that's okay.
Well, Kamala has proven you can write a book without actually writing it.
YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. I'm dying to get Dawn's reaction to this. I want to preface this by saying the Daily Beast had an article that had to remove it because it was an article with the sourcing of Michael Wolff. Everybody remembers Michael Wolff as the author who authored books on Trump and Epstein and all kinds of stuff. He spoke to Epstein, actually. He's where we get a lot of the Epstein quotes from, is from his interview with Epstein in, I think it was 2019 or something like that. I'm not sure. I think he was in jail when it happened, or right before he went to jail. I'm not sure. But he claims that, and this rumor has been swirling throughout the internet, that Trump actually met Melania through Jeff Epstein, right? Mm-hmm. So that article that the Daily Beast put up there, her lawyers went after them, and they took it down and ordered and offered a correction, right?
And an apology.
Well, James Carville, he's very careful. He's a smart guy. He's very careful about his words here, but he's going down that road too a little bit. I'm wondering if there's going to be a season. This is his podcast that he does. Roll this.
I'll turn it back over. I'll just make one point. To me, a key figure in this is Melania. Okay, and I think that's at the bottom of what they don't want to get out, because it was all modeling agencies. Remember, Trump had a modeling agency. Then Epstein got into the modeling agency, and Jean-Luc Bernal, the guy in Paris in the modeling agency, that hung himself. 2 out of the 3 people ended up hanging themselves. There is, I really believe this, Jack, there is a deep, dark secret somewhere underneath all this. I really believe.
Yeah, there you go. Dawn.
Think about all the people over the years who've had to apologize and issue these apologies to Melania Trump, Daily Mail, UK, everybody from Rosie to some of the late night hosts who had to apologize. So this is just the latest apologizing because they're nasty. And as far as him, remember, he is the person who coined the phrase bimbo factor.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
So this is like,
I think it was
where's the
a-
Me Too movement?
Sorry.
It's so sexist to identify.
Bimbo eruption.
Or excuse me, bimbo, bimbo eruption. Yeah.
Sorry.
Bimbo Factor was
is this
my cover
Carville?
band.
Carville.
James Carville.
James Carville. Yeah,
Coined
Bimbo
that.
Eruption back in,
The
you know,
Clintons.
the Clintons, and that was little George Stephanopoulos and all of them called, you know, sex assault victims, bimbos.
Well, he went on to say too, if I believe this is correct, he went on to say that if you wave a dollar bill through a trailer park,
yep,
you never know what you're going to get, or something along those lines.
Yeah. So I mean, what a sexist guy who just thought, women who were, allegedly, I have to say allegedly, I guess, but women who were allegedly assaulted by then the governor of Arkansas, that they were just in the way politically, so they were bimbos.
Well, I'm just curious about one thing, because I've heard the audio recordings of the Jeff Epstein interview with Michael Wolff, and he does say that Trump and Melania met through him. So Michael Wolff is only really citing Jeff Epstein, right?
So if you take that plus Carville, and I'm close to paraphrasing here, he said Melania's at the bottom of whatever they don't want out, in Carville's opinion. I mean, is he implying that Melania has information as to victims?
No,
what
he's
exactly
implying.
does it mean?
No, and this is just their nasty. They've implied all along that they've called her that she was some kind of a paid escort or prostitute or whatever. They've said horrible things about Melania Trump over the years, and this is just that again. It's horrible, and so you guys should apologize. I wish that they would sue all these people, get money from them, donate it to your Be Best charity.
Yeah.
It's just, this is typical. They, think about the whole theme of the day. Think about that release of the information thanks to this administration and Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel and all that. Think about Hillary Clinton. All these people are cheaters and they're liars. And so what do? They cheat and they lie. And what do they do to the most beautiful first lady ever, Melania Trump, who's a brilliant woman, speaks like how many different languages. And, they used to describe her, by the way, as this beauty who arose from a communist village. That's how, when the media back when they loved, Trump, they would describe her as this brilliant beauty from a communist village and hardworking, and had her own line at QVC and was on the cover of magazines here in Philadelphia Style back in the day. But now all of a sudden she's a hua. You know what I mean? It's just so as Mama Yoli would say. She says, this is just nasty. It's so, and where are the feminists? I mean, it's so ugly and sexist, isn't it?
Well, feminists can't defend her because she's with Trump.
Right.
And they hate
Right.
Trump.
Yep.
So that leads to silence.
Yeesh. Makes me so mad. But I'm glad they apologized to her. If you read her memoir, thank you, Sarah Weiss, bought me her book, Melania. But she writes how she met him.
At the Kit Kat Club.
Yep. Kit Kat Club, back in the day, a friend.
How did that
a
book
mutual
do
friend.
sales-wise? Did that sell well?
Yeah, absolutely it did.
Absolutely it did, Nick.
Nick.
The Kit Kat Club.
Absolutely
You shut
it
up,
did.
Frank Stalker.
Absolutely it did. How dare you?
The Kit Kat Club
question
sounds-
anything.
Well, we have Mr. President. It was a bestseller, was it not?
Kit Kat
Well, it
Club
was a
sounds like a
tremendous book. You know why it was a good bestseller? Because I wrote it. Right? I'm the ghostwriter, but it says Trump on it, so it's not real. But I will tell you this: I actually happen to have written a lot of beautiful books, including some wonderful stories. But I taught the great William Shakespeare how to write. I called him Bill. Tremendous guy.
Mr. President, if you were the ghostwriter, you would be the golden ghost.
Well, we'd be beautiful. You have Casper the Friendly Ghost, and I'm a lot friendlier than he is if you're on my good side. If you're on my bad side, we charge you tariffs. You know that? But I get along very well.
Well, then you had Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost, the movie. Don't forget that one.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. My goodness.
The new head of the Democrat Party, by
That's
the way.
right. Sean Farish. Great stuff, brother. Thank you. Have a good weekend, dude.
The best.
All right, you have a great weekend. And we didn't get a chance to debut the prop today, but I will say this before we go. Our new prop is Nancy Pelosi's teeth. We have them here. So, on that note, you guys have a great weekend, okay? Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy,
Next week, guys.
Nance, your thoughts on Sean's prop?
Please don't bother me with such frivolity, okay?
Okay.
The best.
Thanks, Sean.
Bye, Sean.
See you, man.
There he is, Sean Farish. We'll come back, get a big 3 from Dawn, and then the final tabulations on our Fight Club Fight of the Week and the bells and whistles. Stay right there.
We didn't take to retirement like we thought we would.
We got bored.
So I thought I'd book a trip to Italy to celebrate retiring.
We didn't speak Italian.
We didn't then. We do now. Because of Babbel.
Babbel is the refreshingly easy-to-use app for learning a new language. With more than a dozen languages to choose, Babbel uses immersive lessons to teach you vocabulary and grammar in a way that sticks.
We set a goal for 15 minutes per day.
That's all we needed.
And Italy was just...
Bellissima.
That means beautiful.
In Italian.
From interactive lessons led by experts to conversation tips on real-life topics, Babbel's revolutionary teaching style keeps language in your head and easy to remember. Celebrating 15 million subscriptions sold. Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Oh, filing Form 2290 again? VINs, weights, EINs. What a nightmare.
Not with 2290.ai, the first AI-powered 2290 e-filing platform. Just snap or scan last year's Schedule 1 and hit submit, even if you're on the go.
Wait, with just a photo?
Yep, our smart platform reads, validates, and files it in minutes. With real-time AI checks and instant Schedule 1 delivery, you can stay road-ready and file fast.
Whoa, I just got my Schedule 1. Already?
That's right. Whether you're a solo hauler or running a fleet, smart truckers use smart tech. Just go to 2290.ai to snap or scan and submit. Anywhere, anytime.
Powered by ZenWork. Use code RADIO at checkout for 20% off your first filing. Only at 2290.ai. That's 2290.ai. With code RADIO at checkout for 20% off. 2290.ai.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant life and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start August 13th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
When my business was taking off, our old phone system just wasn't cutting it. We needed fewer missed calls, more flexibility, and better visibility into customer conversations. That's when I found OpenPhone.
OpenPhone is the all-in-one system for small businesses and growing teams. Manage multiple numbers from one device, work seamlessly as a team with shared numbers, and stay organized with AI-powered call transcripts, summaries, and next steps, so nothing gets missed and your team responds faster. OpenPhone integrates with tools you already use, like Slack, HubSpot, and Zapier, so everything's connected and efficient.
Having tried just about every relevant small business phone system, OpenPhone is truly in a league of its own. It's now essential to how we run our business, and I couldn't be happier with the value it brings.
See why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/free and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/free. openphone.com/FREE.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or place stop to opt out.
Ugh, why does my bank always charge me fees?
That's because your bank is trash. Ever heard of Current? You could get a paycheck advance up to $750 if you qualify.
Wait, $750? Like before payday?
Exactly. It's your money, just early. Set up an eligible direct deposit. See if you qualify, and that's it.
So what's the catch?
No catch. No overdraft fees. No annual fees. And you can build your credit without falling into debt.
Wow, I needed this like yesterday. What do I do?
Text them. That's it.
To get started with Current, text early to 323232. That's early to 323232.
Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group and or Cross River Bank, both members FDIC. Paycheck advance provided by Fineco Advance LLC, a financial technology company, not an FDIC insured bank. Product eligibility, availability, and performance may vary and are subject to change at any time. Using your credit card responsibly may allow you to improve your credit score. For details on costs, terms, and conditions, visit current.com or call 1-888-851-3177.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Follow Talk Radio 1210 on Instagram and Facebook at 1210 WPHT.
942, Kayal and Company. Final poll results. Fight Club Fight of the Week coming up shortly. What occurred today in music history? Jimmy Kelly's Morning Mystery movie clip for another pair of tickets for Bryan Adams in October. And, of course, a preview of what's on tap for the Dawn Show. But right now, Dawn Stenson has a big three at 9:43.
It's the Big 3 and 9 on Kayal and Company.
Number 1, the rescue of 7 dogs and a cat from a hot car in Philadelphia. A story making national news. 7 dogs and a cat found safe thanks to a good Samaritan making a life-saving call after she alerted Temple University Police. Thank you, Temple University Police. As she spotted these animals trapped and locked inside this North Philadelphia vehicle on one of the hottest days of the year. So officials speaking out about this, saying that Corintha Johnson, thank you, Corintha, noticing these animals in a parked vehicle at 13th and Jefferson, she called 911. Temple University Police quickly responded to the scene, and they were able to rescue and free these 7 dogs and a cat. And this was the day that we were, 105 with the heat index and all of that. So the animals were showing visible signs of heat-related distress, and some were just, in very bad shape, according to the Temple University Police. So they were able to save the animals, give them some water, get them some veterinary care. And then we learned, and there were 2 of them were little Shih Tzu mixed dogs, little white little doggies, 4 years old, named Sky and Winter.
Yep.
And so they've now
otherwise known as pit bull food. Excuse me.
No, little doggies.
Sorry.
So they're finding they found the owner, who was unfortunately somebody. The whole story is somebody who had become a homeless person living out of their vehicle. And I guess went to, needed some medical care. So the whole story is a sad story because it's somebody who, basically was rather trying to still feed the animals and keep their pets. So one of those sad stories. But out of this, they're finding homes for all of the animals. So the person gave them up for adoption. The animals were saved. They're okay. And in fact, they already found 2 homes for these animals.
I was going to say we should stick the individual that put those dogs and cats in there in a vehicle and crank up the heat to 180, but...
Just going to say that. What do we know, do we have... Has the person been caught who did this?
Apparently they did. They caught the person, and they worked with the person, because everything's now on cameras and whatever. So it looks like the person needed some medical care themselves, and it's a sort of a sympathetic, sad story all the way around of somebody who actually wanted to keep the animals and lost their home or rental situation because they were still trying to feed the animals. So the person's sick themselves. Yeah. We see this, unfortunately, people who have medical problems, and that's why they at the end of the day, will give their animals up for adoption.
Yep.
So it's the right thing to do. Give them up for adoption, but they left them in the car to go get medical care. That's one of the stories that we're hearing today. So the police, though, were able to quickly unlock the door and help the people, help the pets, I should say.
Good.
So they already found, for at least 2 of the dogs, they found homes for them.
Good.
So that's a little happy ending for you. We have a lot going on in Philadelphia and beyond, but as we look at what's going on, I will bring you to the story of, and we've heard this a lot, about people in the suburbs who were near the military bases and their blood test results. This is making national news because this is a federal report saying that these PFAS, these chemicals, these forever chemicals, showing up in the blood work of people living in and around military bases or former military bases.
Like the Willow Grove military base?
Yes, bingo. So it's Bucks and Montgomery County residents who live near, I know, military bases had higher levels of 4 different so-called forever chemicals, these PFAS, in their blood than the average American. And the chemical compounds are associated with higher levels of cholesterol, and that's linked to increased risk of heart disease and stroke. And so this is a real concern, not to mention, the higher cancer risk, thyroid problems, heart disease, all of these different situations. So it's a concerning report. It's a federal report. It's preliminary.
How close do you have to live? Again, asking for a friend.
In and around that area.
Okay.
I mean, because water, it's anybody within the area of Horsham Air Guard Station, for the former Naval Air Station, Joint Reserve Base, Willow Grove, Naval Air Warfare Center, Warminster, that site. And so it was aqueous firefighting foam was widely used and contained those PFAS to create a film on a fuel surface to smother the flames and suppress vapors, etc. So just what possibly could go wrong? Well, it apparently did. So they have all of that going on. My number 3 was supposed to be about Melania. And so,
by the way, 86,000 books sold in her first week. So not exactly a roaring success.
What
Michelle Obama had sold 636,000 in her first week. So not exactly. Look, we like to be factual in this show, right? Miss News Person, we like to be factual. So let's not just throw things out there that aren't factual.
Believe me, it did very well.
Was it a success?
Everybody. It's a great book. Sarah Weiss bought it for me.
I'm not saying it's not a good book. I'm just saying that the majority of the public could care less.
Okay. You just had to say
I don't
something
care
nasty.
to you. I don't care to you.
GregStokerSucks.com.
All right.
Boo.
Sorry.
Are we done?
Yeah.
I just had to get that last final dig.
That was not best.
that last final dig for the weekend.
Speaking of books, maybe people should read Melania's book and get away from screens, just to bring it back full circle to the big take real quick.
Yep.
I just thought we did the whole big take on Maha and Trump yesterday with all those athletes. U.S. children age 8 to 18 spend on average 7.5 hours a day on screen time with their devices.
That's gross.
That's a third of your day.
Yep. I know. It's disgusting.
And now, the Morning Mystery Movie Clip on Kayal and Company. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
2 words. Disco Express. Disco Express. They had that single they wanted me to push during my publicist days. Booty Time. Yeah, Booty Time with that lead singer, the white Van McCoy lookalike with the 6-inch platform shoes. He looked like me. Yeah, he looked like you. Booty time, across the USA.
Think you know what it is?
That's the great Al Bundy.
Call at 12 at 855-839-1210, and you could win this great prize.
Once again, one last pair of tickets to see the Bryan Adams Roll with the Punches tour coming up on October 29th. Yeah, at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Tickets on sale at Ticketmaster.com. Caller 12 855-839-1210. Bring it up a little bit here, baby. Here we go. Don't get married, folks.
this day in music history. Music history on Kayal and Company.
Today, August 1st, we celebrate the birthdays of Joe Elliott from Def Leppard, Adam Duritz from the Counting Crows, and Don Donegan from Disturbed. Heavily birthday shout out to Tim Bachman from BTO. Sigakud Witchy Woman by the Eagles in 72. Love Bites by Def Leppard in 88. And Listen to Your Heart by Roxette in 89. Altitude Rock in a Hard Place by Aerosmith in 82. And Come Whatever May by Stone Sour in 2006. Also in 2021, Hailstorm was atop the mainstream rock chart. In 2015, Rush played their final show. In 94, the Stones began their Voodoo Lounge tour. In 91, Metallica began their Black Album tour. In 87, Dio began his Dream Evil tour. In 80, Def Leppard made their live U.S. debut. And in 87, GNR shoots the video for Welcome to the Jungle. But lastly, on this day in 81, MTV premiered, and they've been dead for about 30 years at this point. For Kayal and Company, I'm Phil Opquist.
They did music for about 14 years.
Pretty much it.
And they got out of it.
And then they were done.
Yep.
By the way, her first book sold more than 4 million freaking copies. And in its pre-release was number 1 on Amazon Books.
Oh,
out of the blue.
Do we have bad facts here from
He's
Stalker?
full of it.
Wow.
He's full of it.
Uh-oh.
Wait, hang on.
Hold on a second.
Can we check our work,
The first
please,
week what?
before we put it on the air and save it?
Before her second book, Melania, came out, it was already the number 1 seller in Amazon's books category.
Okay, well, I'm saying
last fall.
Circana Bookscan, Melania closed out its first week sales with 85,349 hardcover copies.
But that didn't count the pre-sales.
Okay, it's still
4 million copies.
It still
for her
is.
book.
It's still
She's
not
a best-selling
close.
author.
It's still not close to the 636,696.
Her first book sold 4.3 million, 4.7 million. So
cool, man.
Suck it.
Awesome. Great.
I've purchased 3 books in my life.
Just trying to be factual here.
I'm factual.
All
She's
right.
a best-selling author.
Okay.
Even so-called mainstream media.
Well, you
says
can get into this on your show because
now I'm all triggered.
We're closing in on it. So
do we have final poll results?
I closed out of them. Sorry.
This is all fake news, Vanity Fair. Look at where he's getting his news, people.
Man, I know. All right, we've got Ted. He's identified the movie. Ted, what movie did we just play for you?
Fake news.
Oh, look at this. Oh, Melania Trump topped the bestseller list with her memoir. Yeah. December 1st, 2024.
10 o'clock. You can talk all about it. You can debate me when I'm not here.
Ted, just give me the movie.
Sorry, Ted.
Hi,
And
it's
Nick.
okay.
Not him.
The movie was The Adventures of Ford Fairlane.
Thank you, Ted.
There you go, Ted. You're going to go see Bryan Adams on October 29th. Do we have anything left?
No.
We have to preview Dawn show, or are we out of time for that?
Dawn.
It's going to be good.
All right.
you.
That's an excellent
I'll see you
preview.
Saturday.
Yeah. And we'll 8 share. We'll talk to you tomorrow night around 11 o'clock. Everybody,
I love you, Stenslin.
Everybody get out there and pre-order Kamala Harris's book.
Well,
Fetterman's got a book.
it's going to sell more than that. Yep. I will guarantee you that. Her book will sell more than Kamala Harris.
Actually, don't buy anybody's book. Just keep downloading our podcast. Everybody have a great rest of their Friday. Dawn is next. We will see you Monday morning at 6 a.m.
Good night, everybody.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Tomorrow, some of us will wake up and it will be our last day on this earth. It will be unexpected and without warning. Each year, 250,000 people will die from medical malpractice, the third leading cause of death in America. 43,000 will die in a car or truck crash. 6,000 will die working on the job. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and we represent many of these families. It's awful. Unfortunately, many times some of these family members are not speaking and never get to say, I'm sorry or goodbye. If you're at odds with a loved one, listen closely. Pick up the phone. Call them. Say you're sorry. I promise a huge burden will be lifted from your heart and your soul will be renewed. Even if you're not wrong in your own mind, it doesn't matter. Death is bad enough. Death without closure and love will follow you the rest of your days. Trust me on this. Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
By the way, today's show was sponsored by Staples. Calling all parents and teachers at Staples, your back-to-school budget is officially saved by the button, the easy button, with supplies as low as 25 cents, plus laptops up to 40% off, and more details on top brands and trending styles. Find it all at Staples. That was easy. Thank you, Staples, for sponsoring today's program. Dawn Sandler Show coming up in 3 minutes.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group